Okay, so where we left off, we made it through Dream Nightmare Land. All the platforming, all the fun, a little mini boss. And then we are now at the 5th boss of the game that has like a soul to give us. Out of the 9 souls, we're on our 5th one. So she's been a really fun fight. It's the first time that I've actually felt like I'm having fun with this game. Yeah, jiggle physics. And I don't mean that to say that this game isn't fun, but the difficulty level was outweighing the fun for me so strongly in the first 4 bosses, and we're like now finally starting to tilt the other direction where I feel like the difficulty balances out with the fun, you know? So that's exciting. For me personally, it feels like huge progress as a gamer lady to be in this position, so I like it. Also, we'll start some tunes. See if Poison Daddy has anything to say. Okay, Poison Daddy is annoyed that we keep talking to Poison Daddy. Listen. Oh, you have something. Oh, okay. I'm glad we came all the way over here. That battle of Jiquan looked quite treacherous, my lord. You were fortunate to have prevailed in the end. Ah, please don't get me wrong. This humble servant's absolute confidence in your abilities has never wavered. Okay. I don't need to get glazed, but thank you. He was indeed a difficult opponent, I won't deny that. I'd agree. That was a fun fight, though, too. You will surely be able to overcome any future opponent, no matter how powerful they may be. Oh, we just got a little pep talk. Cute. Cute. I wish you could just come in here anytime and get a little pep talk. Because hot damn, I've needed it in this game. So I am going to quickly look and see. We can go right back to the boss fight. I don't mind doing that. We are missing a treasure in here, but it requires a skill that we just like frickin' don't have. I'm looking at the bottom right corner of the map just to see if there's anything else that we could go back and get just for funsies. But we did a really good job of cleaning up recently. There's a mini boss in there, but that's a pretty recent find, so they're going to be pretty difficult. I don't know where we would have missed the treasure in here, but that whole area I kind of ran through, so that checks out. Lots of mini bosses that I ran by. Whoops. Yet another mini boss. So the dog has taken to doing this. I don't think you can hear her right now, but the dog has taken to doing this thing where she stands in the room directly above where I'm streaming and scratches at the carpet while I'm streaming. And I don't know if it's because she can hear me and she's trying to dig her way through to me. It's so distracting. Or if it's just because she's being a nuisance as she is. So hard to tell. While procrastinating yesterday, I upgraded Koala Flicks so I don't have to touch files anymore. They automatically land exactly where they're supposed to now. Oh, nice. I have not made use of Koala Flicks in a really... I think since I abandoned watching Suits, to be honest. New Pope just finished his first speech. I know I should be respectful and that it isn't a competition, but USA, USA, USA. Wait, what? What? I missed all the new Pope news. I knew we were looking for a new Pope. What? I thought the USA candidate was bad. What happened? Yeah, I just haven't been watching anything. I've not been in the mood to watch anything. You know how that goes? I will say Severance also kind of ruined all other TV shows for me for a while. It's really hard to watch new shows that just aren't that clever. He does look vaguely like Palpatine. Well, that's unfortunate. Oh, one of the U.S. Cardinals was selected. First American and second outside Europe. Interesting. Well, I hope it wasn't the bad U.S. Cardinal then. I have only loosely been following people's takes on this. It's not the guy people are talking about. Okay, good. Good. Okay, whew. Glad to know we haven't completely lost the plot, because not that the Pope, you know, like, changes everything in the world, but that's a it's a pretty significant role. I'm sorry for all the coughing. He's only 69. Nice. Pretty young for a Pope. Yeah. I hope that, it seems like the last Pope was pretty beloved in terms of just being a pretty inclusive dude. And I hope new Pope... Isn't there a freaking show about a hot priest? It's not a Pope. I know that. I just got distracted by religion and young and my brain broke, okay? No, I was thinking, isn't it like Fleabag? Or is that a different show? I'm just saying words at this point. That one has a hot priest, okay. I did not realize there was also a new Pope show. Eden, hi, cuckoo. Welcome, cutie. How are you? Ma'am, I dare you to parry something. It's fine. We're dusting off. We're dusting off. Leo, that's a nice name. Yeah, if you find anything good, feel free to post it in the Discord, Cam. I'm interested. Jeez. Oh, Sag. Okay. Not terrible. Not terrible. Not terrible. We're relearning. Really wish you could have attended. You're not even Catholic, but that would have been a hell of an experience. No, that's a good point. I'm not Catholic either. I know it was... I did talk about Lent a lot this year, but that was me just borrowing an aspect of Catholicism and some Protestant religions that, for my own personal challenge. Jude Law was the Pope and new Pope? Interesting. Is Jude Law still hot? You relaxed, had a spa day today? Nice. Was that your, reward? You were talking about jury duty yesterday, yeah? Is that your reward for getting out of it? You were raised Catholic? Yeah. I love that we both had jury duty, like, right on top of each other, and I was all afraid to literally wear a sweatshirt that said "Smash the Patriarchy" on it, and you were like, "No fear." To be fair, I didn't know what the consequences would be because I could not find a good answer, I'll be honest. Also, I kind of wanted to actually make it through the process. I wanted to actually see what jury duty was like. But I'm glad I didn't have to go. I returned hundreds of dollars worth of clothing that I would never have worn again. All to avoid wearing my Barbie sweatshirt and my Smash the Patriarchy sweatshirt. Because no sweatshirts allowed. You're ready to go to jail? Let's go. You are braver than I am at this moment. That will be a nice thing about, like, getting my finances actually in order, is feeling like I can financially afford to make decisions that might result in fines or something like that, and not, like, not be bothered by that, I guess. Well, that was an unfortunate number of events in a row. I messed that up. Nice. Okay, that was a fast phase one. Is she healing, or is she just, like, not taking a lot of damage? Okay, halfway point. That was such a good attempt. I just got panicky. It's fine. I also have completely forgotten that I have arrows to use. I thought about this yesterday. No, not that. I was going to maybe switch my arrows to the ones that like do damage over time. If I can shoot them at her while she's on the ground and she's like standing still, that'll work. But otherwise it's a huge waste. We'll see. Since I'm not using them anyways, might as well. Might as well experiment. Good. Okay. Again, good first phase. Jeez. Wait, that was terrible. I just kept trying to greed those talismans and I missed all of them. Cute. Oh yeah, I learned in Puppery's chat this morning that today is a holiday for a lot of people in Europe, so happy Victory Day / happy Freedom from Nazis Day, depending on where you are. Yeah. That's the one. That was a terrible attempt. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with not trying to go into phase 2 feeling tilted. Whew, we got this. Okay, still not a great first phase, but it's fine. Sometimes hard to tell when she's standing still and when she's not available to be hit, you know? Oh. Well, I was standing still and available to be hit. I forgot about the arrows again. Oh, question for anybody who has played Blueprints. I am curious how many days it took you to finish the main objective. I saw somebody's stream title the other day saying that they were thinking they were going to finish on day 10, and I don't think I'm that smart. I don't think it's going to happen by day 10. Then I saw somebody else who was like on day 70 something, and they were still frustrated with the game, so maybe that'll be me. It's a bad time to heal. She went too far. I was just having fun hopping, as cats do. Okay. Phase 2, please. Please, girl. Okay, what if we did this without dying, though? That would be so neat. What if I remembered to use my arrows at any point? That would also be so neat. At least the music's good. I do like that about the boss fight since we're stuck here for a while. The music is dope. Okay. Perfect. Phase 1. One HP and no dreams. Woof. She's just so hard to hit in phase 2. Whereas I am very easy to hit in phase 2. Oh. Maybe we'll switch back to the other arrows and I'll see if I'll actually remember to use them. Okay, use the arrows, ma'am. We used one arrow, it did nothing. Let's go. Not the best, not the worst. Not the best, not the worst. It's fine. Very Thursday vibes for a fight, actually. Not the best, not the worst. How many attacks in a row, man? Holy sheesh. Okay, we need like a new strat here. I don't know if that's true, if I just need to get good, but I feel like I need more opportunities to hit in phase 2 and do damage. We got this. Anybody else stuck on a stinky boss fight? I need to feel less alone. Fuck! Better. Did more pogoing off of her head, which resulted in like a little baby stagger of sorts, interestingly. New strat unlocked, let's go. Yeah, it's just like... It's a really fun boss fight in phase 1, probably because it's so easy. And then phase 2 is just confusing. Like, so many opportunities to do damage here, and then farewell, no more, never again. I am sad skirts. I'm gonna sit here and ponder for a second. I almost chickened out today instead of playing 9 Souls. And I almost bought, with my allowance for the month, sorry, I almost bought a the Hello Kitty Island Adventure game. It just sounded nice to play something that didn't require any brain power, you know? But this boss fight was calling to me. It still is. I'm not like giving up or being sad or whatever. I'm just questioning my life choices. I could have been on an island. I've watched the intro to Hello Kitty Island Adventure twice now. It does go hard. Have you played like significant amounts or just a little bit? I've literally watched the intro plane scene where you like walk around and meet the other little people and you get that great lines about like this mother heckin' cakes on a plane or whatever. And after that, everybody just like lands. Your friends play it while you play Elden Ring, you know? That's actually such a cozy vibe. I would like to be one of the Hello Kitty Island Adventure friends while somebody else plays the hard video game. When you're struggling, you take a break and watch them. That's adorable. I like that. It's like body doubling, but the video game version. That's very sweet. We may still play it. I have like $20 left of Steam credit from something. So I could get most of the game. Or half of the game, maybe. So it wouldn't be that bad. We did talk about this a few weeks ago. The concept of like there are going to be some days like, and I did have to cancel stream this week because of therapy and I'm sorry. But there are gonna be some days when like just because I've had an emotional morning like with therapy, coming straight into something like 9 Souls is just like not in the cards for me. Because these games are already so difficult for me as a person. They're not cozy, relaxing games. So we did make a whole list of potential cozy games. I don't think Hello Kitty Island Adventure is even on there, but it sounds like it fits the bill. It looks like it fits the bill. this is not even the most stuck we've been on a boss in this game so far. Like, just because I'm brand new to parrying in games, and still kind of new to games in general, right? Like, I didn't really play a difficult game at all until I started streaming last year, so we're not even a year into knowing how to do these. Yeah, it just takes, like, these are the kind of games that I never would have played before I started streaming because I'm so apt to, like, I don't know, it's the kind of thing I would have given up on. Like, I would have gotten to any difficult part of the game, I would have died, like, 3 times and been like, no, thank you, I'm good, I don't have to play this. I'll go back to The Sims. But I'm really enjoying the, like, sense of pride that you get when you actually learn the stuff, so I'm glad that I'm doing these. It's just... yeah, it's nice to know that on days when, like, I have therapy, for example, in the morning, that when I, like, have to make a quick turnaround and come stream, that I have some options, like Hello Kitty Adventure, Island Adventure, that are a little bit less brain intense, while my brain is still in soup mode. But my brain was extra in soup mode this week, hot damn. Good. Good, just run into all of the obstacles instead of hitting them. This is very helpful. Jeez. She's on the struggle bus. It's nice and cozy in the struggle bus if anybody wants to come join. Got plenty of fucking room. Oh boy. But yeah, therapy this week was just like, it was so good. It was one of those where like both my therapist and I were like, had a moment of, I never could have even been having this conversation when I started meeting with her like 2.5 years ago. Like, I'm just in such a different place. It's so cool. Like, I've done so much healing and growing and changing, and like, it's all very good. And also, can I get a mouse, please? And also, we're working on new stuff. You know what I mean? It's just like there's just a never-ending parade. Oh, like, oh hey. So we've been talking about I'm gonna blame my trainer friend for this actually. My trainer, who is now my friend, sent me a podcast link about attachment styles. And I listened to half the episode. I think I talked about this on stream before. I could not listen to the whole episode because the lady who's like the expert on attachment styles has this like absolutely terrible... Yo! Is that the cutest chat ever? Besides my chat, obviously. Hi, cuties! Oh my goodness, we got an ad break. What terrible timing. Hi, friends! Hi, Pup, how was your stream? How was Oblivion? I saw you got to play a whole day today. Also, happy Freedom from Nazis Day. I overheard that this morning while I was lurking. We're dying to a boss repeatedly. It's great fun. As soon as I die this next time, I'll give you a proper shout out and all that. But hello and welcome, friends. Okay, we died. Let's go. Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness. Let's do some shout outs. Aw, man, today's the one day I don't have my new puppery mug downstairs with me. How hateful of me. But yeah, I hope your Oblivioning was fun. Hello Etho, hi Innie, hi Oways, hi Joe, hi Zalens, hi Dinzor. Pup slaughters horses in Oblivion. Oh no! I hope this is a horse and not the unicorn that we've been trying not to murder. What's happening? Hi Tainzer. Hi Nerdy. Try not to miss anybody. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Let's go. It was very fun. Good! I love that you got a whole cozy game. I almost copied you today. And tried Hello Kitty Island Adventure as my own cozy game because I just felt like doing something cozy today. But I really want to beat this boss, so we're doing it. Unicorn has been a pain. But there's a horse that is immortal and you can kill it to store stuff in it. That's a life choice. Also good use of Cookie Sag. Playing something cozy is nice. I know. We might switch halfway through, depending on how I feel about this boss at any given point. To be honest, Pup, didn't even you hate you after that? Oh my goodness, for anybody who somehow isn't following Puppery at this point, please go give her a follow. She's got the cutest community and most fun streams and is basically my like every morning streamer at this point. And is currently bouncing between DS2 and Elden Ring content and Oblivion and all the cute things, so enjoy. But yeah, we're playing Nine Souls. I'm Skirts. I feel like I forgot everything that I was talking about. We were talking about therapy and how I had an 8 tissue therapy session this week. But it was so good. It was one of those really good... It was a good cry, you know? So now we're coming to cry for different reasons. We're crying in Nine Souls. Hi, Suya! Crying is healthy. Yeah, no, it was one of those, like you've made so much. I've been with my same therapist for like 2.5 years now, and so we were having all these realizations of like, wow, we could never have this conversation 2.5 years ago because I was just a different person. So it's cool to make progress. It's like the boss fight of life, you know? But like I finally got to like phase 2 of the boss fight of life. It doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna stop trying to make that make sense. It's fine. Yes, it was good hedgehog progress, if you will. Hedgehog progress. I said that correctly. But anyway, yeah. Hi, friends. We're so I think this is a like little past the halfway point of Nine Souls. So if anybody's like avoiding spoilers, I do get it. It's been a fun game so far. I finally hit the point. This is like the first boss of this game where I feel like the difficulty level and the fun level have finally evened out. So thank you, Aubrey. But yeah, it's been like a little bit too difficult to be fun up until now for me because I don't know how to parry. But we're like finally getting to the point where it's tilting a little bit and I'm having like actual genuine fun, so that's good. You saw very little of the game, so you'll take your leave. Yeah. No, thank you for stopping by. We'll hang out here for a second. I'll go say hi to Schwan, our little friend who hangs out at the like round table of this game. It's the hardest game I've ever played. No, I would still agree with that. My assessment of that, yes. It's like got a really small parry window or block window. I don't really know what it is. It's like very precise. And you can't like fudge your way through the game not knowing how to do it. Whereas like in Hollow Knight I was able to make it through the whole game without like knowing how to pogo ever, and in Blasphemous I was able to make it through the games without ever knowing how to parry or block really. Prince of Persia, same. And this one's like, no, you have to get good or you may not proceed. So, but that's good because I want to have those skills before I get into Souls gaming, which is what's next on the list. So we're gonna do Dark Souls 1 after this. And if it ends up being easier, I am going to laugh. Yeah, enjoy your dinner, pup. Thanks again for the raid. And thanks for the pep talk. The pup talk. Oh, you should trademark that. But yes, enjoy your dinner. Did I try the Pantheons in Hollow Knight? Oh, I tried the first one. I think... So my like 1 year stream anniversary is coming up in June, and I think I'd like to go back and play Hollow Knight again since that was the first game I started with, and that was like the first hard game I've ever played. So I think I'd like to go back and see how I do, and maybe try the Pantheons again. I only like tried the first one. I didn't even finish Colosseum 3, so I have a lot to do. If Souls is going to be too hard, you can still summon people to help out. That's true. And there is like no summoning of any help whatsoever in this game. Remember the Zote dream fight? If you've done it? I do! Actually, speaking of, that was heartbreaking for me to do because I'm such a Zote fan that I copied all of the Zote quotes into our quote commands instead of actual quotes. Oh, it gave us the first one. That's funny. Always win your battles. Losing a battle earns you nothing and teaches you nothing. Win your battles or don't engage in them at all. Good quote. Thank you, Zote. If you don't know Hollow Knight, Zote is like the... I think he's supposed to be the not lovable character of that game, but that makes him lovable to me. He's a little cactus of a bug. Got a little crunchy little soul. A prickly soul. For Pantheon 5, I actually created a new save file to let Zote die so his dream fight doesn't appear in the 5th one. Worst boss? Oh. See, that's the one achievement I'll never get in Hollow Knight, is letting Zote die. We did not find anything interesting for Schwan, but we'll just say hi to Schwan anyway. Schwan's been really enjoying those little virtual reality headset. Which, like, relatable. I too would like to zone out on the couch like this. Yeah, I don't think I can ever let Zote die. He's my man. In fact, I was pretty annoyed with Bretta for trying to flirt with him. That's my man. How dare. Yeah, we're gonna go back to the boss fight now, because I feel like everybody who's scared of spoilers has crept away. This was such a cool setup for this boss too. Her story is kind of that like she's messed around with her like brain a little bit too much, it seems like. And we got like trapped in her dreams / her nightmares, and like we were on this like endless loop of platforming, and it was really cool. It was a very interesting section of the game. The Colosseum, definitely the hardest base game part. Really? I was proud of myself for getting through the first two, and then I like tried the third one for probably like 2 hours or something like that. It wasn't a really great attempt. I think the hardest part for me of the game in total was the like true final boss of the game, which took me like I think 11 hours. It was, and that was across multiple streams. I did not sit down and grind it out, but that was stinky and hard for me. I'm so curious how that fight will go now that I like have slightly better reaction times. When I started that game, I was like swinging my little nail at like pieces of Geo, the money on the ground, because I was just like I was using all the wrong buttons all the time. I also played that keyboard mouse, which is fine because it's a pretty decent keyboard mouse game, but I'm so curious if I go back, if I'd be more comfortable on controller. Thank you! It was a really fun achievement to get so early, like, in streaming, of like, okay, I can do Radiance. Not that I can do, like, anything at that point, but it did give me a lot of confidence for things. Oh, the sussy looking thing in the background I think is the back of her head, by the way. That has been split open and then we see her brain. It does not look like that. It looks a little gapey. No, I know! I know you though! I'm telling myself that story whether it's true or not because I need to think that that's what that is. Ways, have you played this? What's going on back there? Oh no, Waze knows about all video game buttholes? Oh, okay. Or all about them, rather. Or knows all of them. Either way. What a reputation. Both. Well, I will say after playing Hollow Knight, I did get the the nickname of Professional Hole Finder. Because I kept falling into the holes in the map, though. But it does lend itself to being the worst nickname in so many other ways. So, if I ever get merch, it won't be cute like Pups merch. It'll be haunted Professional Hole Finder merch, and I apologize in advance. As Chrono would say, I apologize to the Academy. There's an Academy for that. Yeah, the Academy, the whole Academy, you know. Where you learn to make and find holes? I regret opening my mouth. How's everybody's day? Ooh, archaeology. True, true, true. Thank you for saving me, though. Gosh dang. she's just so hard to hit in phase 2. Ma'am! Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Dalens. Thanks everybody who came in and who has to leave for spoilies. I get it. It's a cool game. I hope we all get to play it someday. Okay, we have no heals. Bad place to be in. It's fine. Surely. It's not fine. Let's go. One of the preeminent hole scholars of our generation. Yes, yes, yes. Putting that on my business card. I should, because I got... So last week I got invited by my personal trainer, who's now my friend, to go to a painting event. Oh yeah. Look, I made an art. Ta-da! Went to a painting event with her and her boyfriend and her best friend and her best friend's husband. And they kept asking really sweet questions about like, oh yeah, what do you stream? And like they don't know any video games, so they didn't know what Nine Souls was, they didn't know what Hollow Knight was, they didn't know what a Metroidvania was, and I didn't know how to explain any part of it. Like, what do you talk about? And like, how do you say I talk about hole finding? Say hi, cutie. I just didn't have answers for any of their questions, and it sounded so suspicious to just be like, So anyway, I do need business cards. It's like Mega Man, everybody knows that. Do they though? These are like, so like my personal trainer, obviously fit lady, really into like, her hobbies are like soccer and football. And then her boyfriend is like a ref for the local like hockey team. It's not the NHL, but it's the like professional league, like right underneath that. And he also like just does sports stuff all the time. They don't know. Mario, yeah. It's like Mario, but harder? I don't know how to describe this to like jogs. It was very sweet of them to ask, and they were trying so hard to connect, and also I was doing such a piss poor job. It's like soccer, but you're a cat and the ball is trying. Perfect. Screenshotting that, putting that on the business card as well. Ma'am, I'm so tired of you. Please die. Please let me kill you in phase 2. I did not mean to hit that button. That's cute though. Bought the game, tried a couple times, didn't really pull me in. That's totally fair. Speaking of buttholes, does anyone remember the one monster from Star Wars 6 that's actually just deer buttholes with fake mouth and fangs stuck in it? It's the first time I've been rendered speechless on stream. Oh. Oh. How goes the fight against Cat Mommy? Yeah, Miss Jiggle Physics over here is giving me a hard time. I'm clicking. Am I gonna regret clicking? The animal used as bait is a deer? They turned the deer's rectum into a mouth, added teeth and eyes to turn it into a different... Well... Thank you for this educational gift. I feel so honored. This is like when you have a cat and the cat brings you a dead mouse and is like, here, please enjoy this thing that I have given you. And this is chat's version of that, which is, here, I have given you a butthole mouth. Would you please enjoy it? You just say thank you. Thank you for your service. You are so appreciated. Literally a 9 Souls background? Not wrong, that is true. There is literally about to be a gaping hole in the back of this fight. I'm sorry. Huh. Yep, there's the gaping hole, as promised. Staring at the 9 Souls background. I don't know why we have to look at this every fight. I'm so sorry. Ma'am, will you let me hit you ever? That was too late. I wanted to hit you with my little explodey thing. Okay, I'll take it. We hit her like twice, let's go! Sag. You got summoned when you heard a butthole? Okay. Well, we did summon you. Yeah, no, we did summon you for boss buttholes. We were trying to summon you to figure out what was going on in the background of the fight that I'm about to do a ways. You know, a ways I heard we need your expertise. So I'm about to start a boss fight, and it looks like we start. I'm telling people that it's the back of her head that's been split open, and we can see her brain. But it doesn't look like that. It does look like something that would gape a little more sussily. So if you could lend your opinion, we would really appreciate it. So phase 1 is closed up. Phase 2, things get... This is why we need your help. Thankfully, phase 1's pretty fast. Okay. Let's go. Aways, this is your moment. What's happening back here? Phase 1 does look sus. Why does it have to be throbbing? I think that's her. Sorry, I did not mean to whack the microphone. I think that's supposed to be the throbbing brain. But it sure is throbbing. Looks like it's having a prolapse. Oh, wait. Save me. Honestly, it would be easier to tell people that I was a prolapse surgeon than it would be to try to explain streaming shit to people who don't play video games. Like, I fix buttholes sounds like an easier sentence to say than I play a small cat who does murders in front of buttholes. Let's go! Phase 2! All you had on your mind was co-op? I'm sorry! We're doing our big co-op with Sarah with Stars and Craig Bear. Not this Sunday, but the Sunday after. It'll be me, Chrono, Sarah, Craig playing Pico Park. So we've got 4-person collab for you. Clear your schedule, Dinzor. No! My opportunity to hit her is gone! Didn't realize I was out of heals? Rude. We just live here now, by the way. So notice the boss name isn't exactly creative. I didn't even notice what her boss name is, actually. We've been calling her Jiggle Physics because when we first met her, she was in a hot springs and she was wearing nothing but a towel, and like she jiggled so hard she actually broke the mini boss that was next to her. And that's not a joke. Like the mini boss next to her. Yo, Min! Hi! A fabulous chatter is never late, nor are they early, Frodo Baggins. They arrive precisely when they mean to. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Oh, I do have Chrono's name on the screen right now. Thank you. I forgot that we had an overlay that wasn't our normal overlay. Get out of there. Heckin' rude. Thank you. Okay. It's fixed. So you said min ones too. Oh, when they I see what you did. Good pun, good pun. All I know about Nine Souls now is that it has insane juggle physics and throbbing butthole brains. Wowies. Yeah. It's basically a thirst trap from start to finish. Kazan has nothing on this. Speaking of Chrono, it was my idea to call his Kazan playthrough Thirst Trap Thursdays. He came up with Tasty Tuesdays all by himself, though. I'm not even actually into guys with blonde hair or long hair. Sorry. But Kazan is very fun to thirst over. Kazan do be having some jiggle physics. I remember that from Aggie's playthrough. If somebody's gonna call it out, it's gonna be Aggie. There's also that one moment where you see Elamane's butt for a half second in Kazan. Which I was originally pretty annoyed by, but I love her pink hair so much that I maybe don't care. Okay, die, ma'am. Haven't gotten there yet. I don't think Kazan jiggles, but I think the ladies of Kazan jiggle. Kazan isn't even allowed to have nipples, so. Okay, how many slaps though? All? I missed my opportunity. Ah! Okay, we have. Oh, I had one shot! One opportunity once in a lifetime, and I missed it! I dare you to find a worse time to heal, ma'am, and I'm talking to me. Ah! Let me hit you! This is just plain rude, I would like to say. And a little distracting to have, like, butthole in the background. It's an unfair tactic. She died. There's a necromancer booba lady from Aggie's stream notification. That checks out. That checks out. I haven't fought her yet though. Haven't gamed in a while. Oh no. I just got really into the like watching people play. It's such a fun game to watch people learn to parry in. Kazan is. So I watched all of Aggie's casual playthrough and then all of Mitch's casual playthrough. Like I just went back and watched hours and hours of VODs, and now I'm working on Chrono's casual playthrough. So if you want to stream a lot more Kazan-y though, I'll be there in VOD form or live. It'll be beautiful. Are those things supposed to be fingers in the background? Unclear. She does have like cats, upside down cats in cocoons. When we met her, like I said, she was originally at a hot springs, and she had the towel going, And it was almost distracting enough that you didn't notice that there were other like cat creatures in the actual hot springs behind her, and they were all like, yo, come on in, the water's great. And then as we like progressed through her dream, they went nutsos and their eyes just started like rolling into the back of their heads on repeat, and it was terrifying. And now they're just in cocoons. I miss the hot springs days. Boss is doing mental damage, yes. You watch only Etho play Kazan and you watched in 480p, barely know what's happening. Well, that's classic. Once you get your internet fixed, you'll be getting a new router soon. Nice. I did see some people in Pup's Discord sharing their internet speeds, and it made me so jealous, but also so grateful, because when I lived in a rural area in Tennessee, when I first moved there in 2016, my upload speed was like half of a megabyte and my download speed was 2 megabytes. I was downloading GIFs like one row of pixels at a time to get one frame, and then you'd have to download like the next frame of the GIF. And only once it was fully downloaded could you actually watch it. It was painful. Your speed is nothing to be jealous of. Yeah, no, it was dial-up speeds. It was horrible. But that's like the best that they had for the longest time. It was probably 2 years of that before I finally got like 50 megs down and up or something like that. It was to the point where like it was better to go use the free Wi-Fi at like a McDonald's or something like that than it was to try and like do anything on the Wi-Fi at my house. I don't really know how I survived that time, to be honest. Clearly wasn't streaming. I would have to maybe just do like an audio-only stream and just describe for you. There's a gaping hole in the background. It's surrounded by white fur. Are there people who do like audio-only streams on Twitch? I can't imagine for video games. Yo, thank you. It doesn't feel like I'm getting anywhere in this particular boss fight, but it is still so much better than previous boss fights. I know. This game was too hard. I was just telling people that this game has finally hit the point for me now where like it's difficult, yes, but it's like fun difficult. Took a minute to get there. Ugh. We have yet to hit her in phase 2, which is annoying because we have plenty of bombs. She just needs to stand still. Oh, I dodged. I dodged. To watch a video, you had to start it, wait for a minute for it to buffer, and then only then could you watch. Yeah, that was definitely the case. It made me like so grateful that some services, I was using like Netflix at the time or YouTube, like some of those are just so much better at buffering videos than other services are. And you can heckin' tell when you have bad internet. Oh boy, isn't that just radio? Yeah, it's basically podcasting, but on Twitch. Surely somebody does it. Lady Ethereal's face looks like fluffy creatures from Cave Story. Ooh. I'll have to look that up. Taking on Lady Ethereal now? I know. Tough as nails, but so rewarding. I would agree with that. It was just flat out tough as nails at first. But what kept me going was the fact that, like, it feels so good to beat a boss in this game. Like, I want to hop out of my chair and, like, spin around and do embarrassing dance moves every time I beat a boss in this game. Which is nice. And now the bosses are actually fun, and it feels satisfying to beat them. Still need to start this game? Yes, you do. And then tell me when you get to this point and you can take over in my playthrough. What did— okay, hold on. I don't have Discord anywhere available for OBS to use, but I think it's because I just recently installed OBS on Windows that it's just being a brat. So hold on. Hold on! We're gonna fix it. It's a capture card because I'm gaming on the PC, but I'm capturing it from Mac, and I just installed Discord for PC just out of curiosity, and I think it's ruining everything because yeah, I think it's ruining everything. I need to have my keyboard set to the— LOL. Hi, Tyler. Thank you for telling me, because I had a Discord notification come through on stream the other day too, and I don't actually want that. Okay, but I don't even have Discord open. Love that for me. Like, it's not even running. What if we just— log out of Discord? And also maybe just delete it from existence, because nobody asked. I'm not in that archipelago? I don't know how to say it. I'm not in the group. Okay, I think I've murdered Discord. I just signed out entirely, though, because I don't actually need it on my PC for any reason. I think I logged in over there because I was trying to get a link, and it was easier to get the link from Discord than it was to, like, fucking look it up. But I don't— it's such a bitch the way that it, like, puts overlays and stuff without you even asking. Oh, thank you for liking my BRB screen. We got all the good hedgies. You're doing some writing? What about Plum? Yeah, it's funny because, like, Discord on, Hi! Thank you! I hope you're doing well, friend. Oh, now it thinks I have a keyboard going on over here. I don't, though. Check out the new Discord overlay. I am literally logged out of— alright, we're doing it. Hold. I'm doing some more. We're just freaking uninstalling Discord at this point. Nobody needs this. Nobody needs this kind of nonsense. Discord, get your ass over here. How? Not a jump scare. No, I could do a jump scare, actually. Am I maybe logged into the browser? I don't have any— literally the only thing I have open right now is Steam. I love this about Windows, that, like, nothing's open and it's like, hey, would you like to have us just interrupt your things without your consent? No, actually. True. Task manager. Let's murder some stuff, huh? Okay, Discord is open so many times. Discord, why are you open 6 times? Be gone. Be gone, child. Absolute nonsense machine. I did get my new PC! We are gonna Souls! We're doing 9 Souls first to finish, and then we're doing DS1. Although I'm gonna need so much help from you. Tyler, thank you for the gifty to Ola! Let's go! Okay, I think we're done. I think we're done. I don't know why I needed to like hide any of this from y'all, actually. It's not like I have anything secrets on here. It's just... Okay, let's go. I think we're back. I think we're back. I think we're back. If Discord comes back from the dead and tries to do an overlay right now, I swear... What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I don't know. I swear we're gonna... write an angry email about it, probably. Jeez. Does it do the push notifications when you have it in the browser? I don't ever use Discord from the browser, so I don't think it's the browser thing. It's called Sixcord for a reason. You'll be there with everyone's bells on? Let's go! Can't stream Discord sounds if you don't stream. True. Somehow can stream Discord sounds even without Discord open though. Neat. We had this conversation when I was doing a collab with Chrono on Sunday because apparently he had the overlay up and didn't know it that was showing our private nicknames from our private Discord server. So like everybody was like, ah ha ha, it's Crimbo and Scoots. And I mean, yeah, it is Crimbo and Scoots. But it felt like weirdly invasive that was just like out there. You're a professional noticer? Yeah, no, I do appreciate you saying something. Very appreciated. You have to access your Discord and Task Manager all the time if this was normal. Okay, so the thing is, Mac Discord doesn't do that. Mac Discord is contained within itself and knows what a boundary is. Mac Discord asks your consent before it does things to the rest of the world. PC Discord is a fucking Chad. I don't like it. Your MacBook spoiled me? Yeah. Again, I literally only installed Discord on this PC because I was too lazy to go type out the fucking URL. And so I was like, it's easier to sign into Discord. My password manager, just like one click, get signed in, click the link, and I'm good to go. No, ruined the rest of my life. Just kidding, it ruined 0.2 minutes of a stream. Okay, any other chaotic stream decisions today? Going once, going twice. Cheese Discord? I would like a cheese Discord. But yeah, I will highly recommend if you have somebody that you talk to a ton in if you have somebody you talk to a lot in Discord DMs and you have too many fucking pinned messages, just make your own little Discord server. Hi Zero, I am not winning, but I'm having fun anyway. You remember one MacBook update flagged its own installer to not be able to write on disk unless you enable that permission? Cute! Sometimes it does get a little too protective, for sure. This is not a Mac better than PC thing. This is a Mac Discord better than PC Discord thing. Let's get real specific about that. Everything's got flaws. Okay, okay. Close it from the Windows Defender and other stuff is in the bottom right. It closes for good. And that might be part of the thing too, is like I just forget because I've been on Mac for a while that like you can close out of a program. Like I've even closed out of Steam here recently. And it doesn't like actually close Steam. It just like puts Steam to bed and makes it look like it's closed. But there's still probably some part of it that's open and lurking. Again, a little upsetting for somebody who likes to be deeply in control of things. So it's fine. Now that I remember how Windows works, I'll just get aggressive. It would revoke the privilege every time you use the installer. That's fantastic. Yeah, I forgot about that. Like, just let me close the app. Just let me... It also explains why my Xbox controller keeps dying, because I closed Steam at the end of stream. And so I'm like, that should be fine. And I don't shut down the PC because, like, who cares? But Steam is secretly still alive and still holding onto my Xbox controller and still using it for its own nefarious purposes to play Blueprints or whatever. Which, like, fair, it's a fun game, I get it. I do also get why so many people are not playing Blueprints on stream. That seems like the most backseatable game. Yeah! Ola! You're the one who actually originally told me about that game, and I'm so grateful. I almost actually spent $800 on a custom Steam Deck that was pink and white, just so that I could play Blueprints from the coziness of bed. But instead, I make the aforementioned Crimbo stream Blueprints to Discord and then just basically be portable gaming system so I can play from my Mac. But I don't even have to do any of the driving. I just sit there and say left. Left, Gandalf. Going great. Oh boy. That was dumb. I had hope that I could still hit her there, and it was definitely way too late. Wow, we had 1 HP there, huh? You can customize? Well, I found a person on Etsy who did it. It was way expensive. Because they, like, I think custom 3D print every part of it. But yeah, it looked really good. So, like, I think the base model is, like, originally $400 from Steam, but if you wanted the customized one, it was more like $700 or $800. So, Miss Jiggle Physics is a boss? Yeah! She's got our 5th soul. Ryan was a lead playtester? Oh, that's awesome! You did keep the hype alive and well. Everybody I know is playing that game, Ola. Like, everybody's playing Blueprints. I don't know if everybody is, but a lot of people are playing and enjoying that game, and I'm really happy. And it has been, like, the perfect cozy, like, 1 hour before bed. Like, just have a little, do a run of one day or something like that and, like, go through it. Are you playing, Ola? Have you beaten it? How many days did it take you to beat it? I need to know. I'm getting conflicting answers between, like, 10 days and 79 days, and I think we're on, like, day 5. You have it you want to play but don't want to get addicted? Yeah, so just play, like, make Chrono play with you and then just only leave yourself an hour. And then also have a special app that you pay for that automatically cuts off all your other apps when it's bedtime. It's working great for me. My Discord gets cut off at 9 p.m. So if we start at like 7:30 or 8, I literally, that's it. We have time for a day and then I'm done. You love the Tibetan singing? It is a cool form of singing, yes. It is much better than, we've discussed this on stream before, but the guy that I dated who ate napkins also was trying to learn Mongolian throat singing, and it's a beautiful form of music, but not when a overly confident skinny white man is trying to learn it in your face. Oh, the napkins thing? Have I not told this story for the pup friends? Okay. Classic skirts lore, sorry. My very first boyfriend ate napkins and was also a dick. But he was my first boyfriend and I was really excited that a guy liked me, and I was young and stupid, and he liked Lord of the Rings, and he was smart and attractive, and I don't know, I think those were all the qualifications, but yeah, we were out to like a dinner somewhere, not fancy enough that they had cloth napkins, but like fancy enough that, you know, it was date material. And he just took, I don't have any tissues down here, you're welcome, because I was going to demonstrate. That would have been horrifying. But he took a little piece off of the napkin at the end of dinner and just starts like, he peeled it off and then like rolled it up and just like put it in his mouth and just like chewed on it and ate it and continued his way through like probably half of the napkin while we were just sitting there yapping after our dinner. And I didn't know what to say, because I don't know what you're supposed to say to somebody who's a young adult but still a grown adult, of like, hey, I don't love that you're eating napkins right now. It was just so like unexpected, and one of those things that you just like, you don't have a script ready for it, you know? Nobody teaches, like, your parents don't sit you down and say, okay, you need to know how sex works, you need to know how taxes work, and you need to know how men eat napkins, right? Like, that was not a conversation that had happened in the Skirts household. So I just let it roll. And kind of just assumed it was like a nervous habit. I don't know. But he did it again later at a dinner where we were with his parents, and they didn't say anything. Which is even, like, that's your job, though, right? Like, you're the grown-ups. You're the real grown-ups. You had so many years, probably, to stop this man from doing this as a lifelong habit. It was horrifying. And, like, again, you're just, like, because nobody else is saying anything, then you're, like, you start gaslighting yourself. Like, not is this normal, because obviously it isn't, but like, I don't know, it was terrible. I have so many, yeah, am I the crazy one? Absolutely, that was the question. Can see that being a real tissue. I see what you did there. It was terrible though, and in addition to that, he was just a terrible boyfriend, for so many other reasons, and like, oh my gosh. It was wild. I will say I was the one who broke up with him. And when I took him, we met up at a park because I knew that it was going to be a dramatic breakup, and I needed it to be in a public space so that like other people could witness. You just feel safer, right? Like if this man starts eating napkins aggressively, I need somebody there to tell me that like it's really still happening. But anyway, he fell to the ground in the park and rolled around crying, wailing, weeping out loud that I had broken up with him. We'd only been together like a year, but a year's a long time to date a man who eats napkins, okay? So anyway, his punishment for being such a terrible boyfriend and also for eating napkins is that for the rest of his life, I will never use his government name ever again to refer to him. He is just known as Napkin Eater. That is just his new identity. I know his name. Other people in my life know his name. And I'm like, oh yeah, Napkin Eater. So yeah, that's the story of the time that I dated a guy who ate napkins. And yes, I am a Lord of the Rings enjoyer. I actually own the LOTR username on Twitter. That used to be a big claim to fame of mine. And so I got to partner with Warner Brothers when they did the release of the extended editions to Blu-ray. They like didn't know how to use Twitter yet, and they were like, "Hey girl, you seem like you know what you're doing. You want to do a giveaway?" So that was really fun. For reacting that way to losing is such a gem. I mean, thank you. But also, like, if he just maybe hadn't eaten napkins and been terrible, he could have kept me forever, because I was willing to put up with the napkin eating. He also ruined chess for me, so you will never see me playing chess on this stream. I'm so sorry. He was like really into playing chess on some website, and he wanted me to keep track of not only how many games he was playing, but what rank he was and what rank all of his friends were. And like I had a little note in my phone. Sorry for the ad break, by the way. It's a whole thing. How did the napkins taste? You know, I wonder if he has like custom flavored napkins at this point. Crazy to eat a napkin in front of your parents without them making a scene or possibly smacking you across the face. Thank you, Denzor. Yeah, no, it was like horrific that the people who raised him were just like, no, this is a thing that we've allowed him to continue doing past the age of 5. Couldn't be in a restaurant, he would gobble up their napkin supply. It's true! It's true. But yeah, dang. She's made some bad decisions with the men. There's a reason I'm currently on a man ban. Absorbs the oils and taste of your hands, and the flavor is semi-salty. That seems too gourmet for this man. Yeah. I know that sounds rude of me, but listen. You recently finished reading Return of the King. Is it worth reading the appendices, or is it mostly just encyclopedic facts about the lore? I don't know that I've ever actually read the appendices, to be honest. I've read the books multiple times. I try to read them every year, but that's not always feasible. But yeah. I think I got wary of people who get like way too into the lore and then like they can't enjoy things like the Rings of Power show or whatever because they're like, oh, this isn't exactly the way that it was in the books. So I try to be like mindful of enjoying it to the point that like everything can still be fun, you know? But yeah, the books are beautiful. I actually recently downloaded an app that like gives you little quotes from things you've highlighted on your Kindle or whatever else you read your books on. It gives you like 5 quotes a day from books that you've previously read so that you don't forget stuff that you've enjoyed. And almost every day I get a quote from Lord of the Rings, and it's just so fun. The ending made you tear up more than the movies. Oh, everything about the books is a real tearjerker. Like I love the section about the Ents specifically. Like that I could just read every single day. Were they used napkins or fresh? No, they were fresh. They weren't like he'd used them to clean his hands or anything during the dinner. It was just, you know, like a spare napkin that was sitting there, and he was just like, you know, I think I would like to take little tiny pieces of this, roll it up, put it in my mouth. Oh my gosh, it gets worse. Hold on, are we done with the ad break? We are. It got worse. I forgot. There's more to the story, and if you're grossed out by things, please forgive me. It got worse. I met up with him later. Like a year after we broke up. I met up with him like a year after we... I'm sorry. I met up with him like a year after we broke up. Because he wanted to. He asked if we could like, you know, recap what had gone wrong or something like that. He was wanting to learn from his mistakes, which by the way, he never did. Yeah. I will, here. I'll hold up my can. Alright? Listen, no. We're holding up the can. As long as the can is up, I'm telling a terrible story, and as soon as I put the can down, it's done. So you may leave if you need to, for realies. Ad break ends perfectly for the continuation. Yeah. Okay, so it got worse. I met up with him a year later, and not only had nothing about him changed, and he was still obsessed with chess, still obsessed with himself, and still obsessed with monologuing. I don't think I ever mentioned this. When he was eating the napkins, he was also monologuing. Like, this was not a two-way conversation. He was just telling me things like I was an idiot, and I just sat there enamored. I don't know. So he was trying to do this again, and of course I was no longer enamored. And while he's telling me the story, we had no napkins. He starts picking out his beard hairs and putting them in his mouth and chewing them and swallowing them. And oh my gosh. I still didn't say anything. I just let him do it. Because at that point we weren't dating. Why? You know what? That's not my problem. That's not my problem. But that man just ate his own fucking beard hairs for a snack. So I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Why? Why did I go see this person again? Jiminy Christmas. You just eat up your lunch, but you don't want it anymore? Okay, I can put this can down now, by the way. We're done. Oh, he had a seriously nervous tick and didn't care who watched, both ballsy and the reddest of flags. Yeah. Yeah, like, I'm sure it's something, like, is it called Pika or whatever, where you just, like, eat random things that aren't normally edible? Like, I'm sure he's got something going on. And also, whose job was it to say, hey, you might want to get creepa? Amen. Whose job was it? Not mine. To say at some point to this man, hello, you should probably get help. Would that not have been the parents' job? He was living with his parents. Like, why should it have been on the girlfriend's job? And it definitely wasn't mine when we broke up, but like, somebody should have said something, okay? Somebody should have got that man some help at some point. It wasn't me. But I now have to get help. I now have to be in therapy. We were literally talking about this when Pup rated. I am in therapy for relationship trauma because I dated idiots who ate napkins and beards, okay? Because nobody fixed them, I have to fix me. This is why we're wearing a Smash the Patriarchy sweatshirt. We're not hating on men, just that man, okay? Sheesh. Just imagining that villain from Incredibles saying, you sly dog, you got me monologuing with his mouth full of napkin. And beard. Let's just mix it all up and make a nice little gourmet dish. The family dinner where no one said shit is the most wild, honestly. And then just like, it became like a normal thing. Not normal to me, like it never became normal to me, but nobody else acted like it was weird at all, and I don't understand that. Unbelievable. So yeah, I made such good progress in therapy on Tuesday that like we were talking about the potential end of the man ban that I've had in my life for like the last 2 years, and like basically putting myself back out on the market, which is terrifying. But then I tell stories like this, then I remember that this is where I'm coming from. I'm like, you know what? Actually, no. I'm good. I'm good. Because if I've dated one napkin eater, does that mean, what if there's a second one? What if there's another one out there just waiting for me? He heard through the grapevine, through stream, that she's willing to put up with napkin eating. And he's like, you know what? Perfect. And he's just out there biding his time for me to take the man ban down. And I can't. I can't do it. Oh. I'm unwell. I'm the one who just told this story, and I'm physically unwell. Eat. What if we did some jiggle physics about it? Just forgot this ever happened. Sure, there are some non-zero percentage of men are napkin eaters and you roll those dice every time you meet somebody. I mean, honestly, no repeating enemies in real life. I hope not. I hope not, because we've had some real weird ones. That one takes the cake in terms of like, I still can't believe that happened to me, you know? That one is still like pretty inexplicable. Sorry, I've got hairs all over me. They risk being ridiculed deservedly on stream. True! That's true. I have a secret weapon now that I've never had before, which is a group of cuties ready to tell me if I'm being stupid, and also ready to come up with some good nicknames for any man who is an asshole and deserves a bad nickname, you know? So that's good news. Real life used reused assets. I mean, to be fair, and like my friends have described my life as a sitcom life for a really long time, but there haven't been any repeats so far. Just weirdos. Like, one of my other favorite stories to tell is that I had a guy who I'd never met, but we were like internet friends. And we'd been internet friends for like probably a year or two. And I was dating somebody else at this point, nicknamed Stevia Daddy. And he was dating somebody else. But he called me from his bachelor party. As in, like, he was about to get married. He called me from his bachelor party to tell me that he had been in love with me the whole time and that I should break up with my boyfriend and marry him instead. So, hope that marriage is going well. At least he didn't eat napkins, you know? That's where the bar is at right now. At least he didn't eat napkins. As far as I know, that's true. We never hung out in real life. Oh no. Oh no. It's just scary out there. And then you watch like Instagram reels of people, like ladies who are out there like on dating apps right now. And you realize like napkin eating may be the least terrible thing that somebody could be doing on a date. That's not encouraging. He did something off his chest. Yeah, well. Or napkins in his chest. Being single is so chill compared to whatever the fuck that is. Yeah. 100%. It's kind of like I was describing this to another friend as like, that was probably the easiest part of being sugar-free for Lent for me, was that it was like a one-time decision, right? Like you don't have to think about it every day. You just say no sugar until this day. So it's really easy to stick to. Well, it's mostly easy to stick to because you've made the decision once and you don't have to think about it. And that's kind of the nice part about being on a man band too, is like, I don't have to think about it anytime I see a man. I can be like, oh, you're attractive, but I'm on a man band, so I can't, you know? It's like looking at the sugar. You're like, I would love a donut right now, but I can't. So, it's been nice to just automatically turn down the band donuts, but at some point I probably need to sort that out. I don't know, man. It's fucking scary out there. It's scary. Do you enjoy that very satisfying sound? Why can't I come up with words? We're drinking another Spindrift. I finished my Fuji apple one and we're doing a raspberry lime. You've seen a lot of men being terrified and questioning every decision before a marriage. Yeah, and I think that was just what, I hope that's just what that was just him being like super, super drunk and having like that moment of, oh my gosh, I'm about to make this huge decision. Is it the right one? Which like is a fair thing to be like, you get one panic about that, but you probably shouldn't have your phone on you while you do that. And if you're going to be that drunk at your own bachelor party, somebody should probably take your phone away from you. so you don't drunkenly call some chick you've never met to tell her that you've been in love with her the whole time. No, you haven't. Promise you haven't. You don't know me, but thank you. Very flattering. As a dude, you're sad that dudes like that are out there, but at least they lower the bar. You'll have to clear it. Fucking floor. Again, the bar is, do you eat napkins? Yes, no. So, but I am working on the bar. That's part of the therapy, right? We're working on attachment issues. Which I didn't know, but she's got attachment issues. And we're working on healing from the napkin eating, okay? We're gonna figure it out. Thoughts on cronuts? I've never had one, but they look like they'd be delicious. I'm a big fan of most carbs. Sugar is horrible to cut out for you every time you do it and you're starting a diet of withdrawals the first 3 days. I will say I was smart about how I did it, and then I let myself have like it was just cutting out added sugars, and I wasn't super strict about it. I mostly cut out like desserts and stuff like that, and like sugary drinks from Starbucks. But like I would let myself have fruits, so I still got like sugar from that, and then I also let myself have yogurts, and I got some yogurts that were pretty decent for the 46 days that I was doing Lent. Stonk, hi, how are you doing, cutie? It's the next question in line after napkins. New bar goal. Yeah, it feels like a big leap to say, like, do you eat napkins? Also, are you securely attached in your relationships? But, like, what if we just shot for the moon? What if we just asked the big question? Of course, they're going to say yes, and then I'm going to be like, does your therapist agree? And they'll be like, I don't have a therapist, and then I'll just walk away. It'll be great. They're delicious, but won't satisfy either donut nor croissant craving. They're their own delicious thing. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, if I want a donut, I'm going to want, like, a donut. And if I want a croissant, I will want a croissant. The bar is therapy. It kind of feels like it should be. I don't know what it's fair to ask of people, which is why I'm in the conundrum that I'm in, because I don't know what it's fair to ask of people. I don't know what needs are okay to have as a human being. We're working on it. But it does maybe feel like it'd be neat if the other person was also doing as much sweating about their own needs, you know? Like, could you also be working on yourself? I don't know. Maybe that eliminates all the men, and then I don't have a problem anyway, where we're just back to a man ban, but they've inflicted it instead of me. And that's fine too. In relationships, as in all things, treat yourself. Thread, you always have the best advice. I will say I'm super proud. This is not going to mean things to people who haven't studied attachment stuff, but I took a little quiz online about like attachment styles, and I know for sure that like mine's a hot mess. You can either be like securely attached or insecurely attached, basically. And I know because I've dated men who eat napkins and I put up with it that like I've got some attachment things going on. And also, I took the quiz, and it mistakenly thought I was securely attached because I've done so much work on my relationship with myself, and it feels really freaking good. Okay, there. I've said a nice thing about myself. Chad, it's your turn. Okay, face. You've been to therapy? Let's go! Thread, I can tell! I will say, I don't think that every person in the world needs therapy, but every person that I've met could benefit from therapy. You have not been to therapy, but probably should. I do get that, like, finding a therapist is a nightmare scenario. So I try not to be like unsympathetic to the fact that like a lot of people just haven't started. Took me a while to find one that I really like. But again, if you've dated a man who's eaten napkins and you didn't say anything, you probably do need to go to therapy. So that was my metric for myself. You know? I think that was a good call on my part. Gosh dang, lady. I feel like even a perfectly mentally healthy person can benefit from the introspection and coping techniques that therapy teaches you. True. It's true. I think that's the thing that's like so amazing and why my therapist and I were like having a time of it on Tuesday and why I used up 8 tissues, not napkins. Didn't eat any of them, okay? I just cried. And I feel like I need to explain this. I did call it an 8 tissue therapy session. I didn't eat them. Didn't eat any of them. I used them on my eyeballs. Because my eyeballs were leaking tears, okay? Use them in the normal tissue manner. Jeez. We had an 8. Yes, I moistened them up to give them to my next boyfriend. I'm just saving them as vintage. We're not finishing the sentence. Okay, anyway. That was one of the things that was so cool about it, was that like I've decided for the next year that I'm doing like a no spend year. Because buying shit is my biggest coping mechanism. After, or I guess, yeah, it's my biggest one. The second biggest one is like eating sugar. So the fact that I was able to go 46 days without eating sugar was like, oh cool, I'm learning healthy ways to deal with stuff that isn't just like relying on this crutch, right? And then the fact that I felt so good after that I thought I could maybe pull off a whole year of like not fucking around with my finances. No more $400 fountain pens. Okay. That was such huge progress and contributed to at least one of the tissues. It was just like, that's so cool that I feel like safe enough and I feel like I'm taking good enough care of myself that I don't need to buy all the crazy things. And then of course I did, yes, panic buy a pink camera just because it was pink before I started my no spend. But don't worry about it, okay? It was pink. That was important. It was important. It wasn't you weren't suspicious before, but now that I mention it, listen. Kleenex 2023, very good year. Yeah, okay, so I made that joke because my brother used to like Peeps, the marshmallow treats, right? But he likes them when they're a little bit stale. And so I used to like I don't like Peeps at all, and so if I ever got them in like a stocking or something like that, or at Easter or whenever, they are kind of year round now, I would open the package a little bit and then write the holiday on the front so that the next time I saw my brother I could be like, here are some vintage Peeps for the kind sir. It was terrible. I don't do that anymore. I don't know if he misses that or not, but it was a nice like 2-year tradition there of presenting my brother with vintage Peeps. A nice little 2022 crunch. You said napkin eater. I had to Google napkin because I wasn't sure if someone actually eats napkins or if I just don't know what a napkin is. No, I did mean the paper product that a person can use to clean up their face and hands and such after a meal. I'm so sorry to have introduced that term. Yeah. It wasn't you. I love that you gaslit yourself too, though. See, it's so bad that your body doesn't know what to do with that story. People will judge me for not saying anything to him while he ate those, but what were you gonna say? I didn't have a fucking napkin eating speech prepped, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and say most of you don't either, although you probably do now. Good life lesson. Make sure you know what to say should your date start eating the things off the table. I'd just be too flabbergasted. I really was. Like, I just... Life had not prepared me for people to be that weird. Especially not the people that I was, like, previously and then currently attracted to. think your face would give away your thoughts immediately? I see, the thing is, because he was busy monologuing, man did not register. I could have made any face I wanted to, and he would not have cared. He was not even monologuing at me, he was just monologuing. Kidding? He really was. Oh my gosh, yes. Even death could not stop him from monologuing. Man had things to say, and he thought he was the most interesting person to have ever lived, which I guess would make him a great streamer, to be fair. I wish I were more confident in parrying that downward move, because I feel like that would help a lot here. Oh, case in point. Syndrome the Napkin Muncher, 100%. Yeah, he would actually make a very good villain in some sort of like anime or something like that. Wonder if he chewed on the cloth napkins at fancier restaurants. I never saw it, I will say. We didn't go to fancy restaurants very often because, oh yeah, by the way, I had to pay for everything for every date because he just didn't have any money and didn't work. He was like, I think it was during we were dating during his final year, his senior year of college. Is that true? But anyway, so we were limited by what I was able to pay for on my little not making much money salary. So hence going to chain restaurants that had paper napkins. If only I'd been born a bajillionaire. Actually, billionaire should be illegal. If only I'd been born a multimillionaire, I never would have had to watch that man eat a napkin. I knew you'd come to stand before the napkin throne. How much worse would the Souls games be if instead of a foot fetish, Miyazaki had a napkin fetish? I'm uncomfortable with the fact that I've even put the idea into the universe. I have some regrets, I'm so sorry. Kind of like crab soul. It's crab soul shit. Not a single unique idea in this world, huh? That's so funny. You're glad Miyazaki is the way he is. I mean, on some level, I'm proud of him for letting his freak flag fly. None of those words came out correctly. Freak flag fly. Jeez. The irony is that I am the one who's getting paid to monologue. And on the other hand, feet. Feet hands. Oh, this is a... okay. I was just gonna say this is a bad attempt, and then I died, so good. Thank you for agreeing with me. Fried flag, now that's a snack. I mean, if you could make it out of paper, napkin eater would surely fucking love it. Could we have paper flags? We do have a dung eater in the game. True. A napkin eater would be... Maybe... Okay. So I have not played any of the Souls games yet for myself. I just happen to moderate for 2 Soul streamers, actually. Hi, Ola. I haven't played them for myself yet. But what if... What if... I paid the 5th Matt, who makes all the great random mods and stuff like that. What if I paid the 5th Matt to make a mod that literally just changes the dung eater's name to the napkin eater? Like, nothing else about the game changes, but just that, just for me, so that when I play Elden Ring, it has a little special touch. The little Elden Ring Skirts edition. You think he'd do that? Do you think if I paid him in hedgehog emotes, he'd do it? His holes are napkin dispensers? Oh my gosh. No, we need a professional hole finder reference in there too. Surely that's easy. I mean, it seems like it should be. But it'd be so great to just be playing the entirety of that game with no other changes to it. Just a fun little surprise whenever we... I don't even know where Dung Eater is, to be honest. He doesn't seem to be a critical part of challenge runs, so I don't see that. I don't see that bro very often. It's not the Dung Eater, but Dung Eater's cousin. Not a dung wiper, though. Well, okay, so speaking of wiping, this does not get as gross as you're about to expect. But I will say he refused to use normal tissues for his nose and instead insisted on 1-ply toilet paper. It's wiping his nose, okay? We weren't talking about wiping asses, just wiping noses. But like, why would you be that mean to your face? He's a real pain to get to. Interesting. I don't know how I'm gonna approach any of the Souls games yet, like in terms of trying to like... I don't think I'll like try to 100% anything, but I might go for all bosses. So we'll see how much of the game that gets us to. He's the one that sits in the library in Elden Ring as a red ghost. Oh, okay. I vaguely know where that is. Why? Like, why the tissues, or why the why the bosses? Can't say I've ever had that strong an opinion about nose wiping material, to be honest. I mean, I had savage allergies for the longest time. So I was doing a lot more nose wiping than your average person, maybe, but I just can't... I don't know why when you have the choice of like a nice soft tissue, you would instead pick 1-ply toilet paper, which is just shy of being sandpaper. The tissues? Yeah, no, I agree. It was a terrible life choice. Why does anybody even make 1-ply toilet paper? It's bad. There's a hot take you didn't sign up for. He just kind of shows up and Rodrika complains about the smell. Little does Rodrika know, could be worse. Could be napkin eater. So instead of complaining about the smell, what should she complain about? How his beard hairs are stuck in his teeth? I'm sorry. I've taken this too far. It's crazy even for asses. It's crazy especially for asses, I will say. It's slightly better for noses. But like, it's not doing anything downstairs. What are you talking about? Ah! They supply that 1-ply shit at work. It's horrid. Oh, that should be illegal. Like in the patient rooms as well, because that feels like that's just like working against you. I could see maybe if you like were at a place that had bidets or something. And we've really had a... I really regret having this conversation with the boss in the background. That situation back there needs multiple plies, okay? Not that crazy, you just fold it a couple times and voila, and you're good to go. It just feels like they always give it to you in places where, like... it's not efficient. Treating our frontline workers like this, no wonder we're pissed. I mean, amen. If you need somebody to come hold up a protest sign with you at any point to say, we demand 3 ply, or whatever the fuck, we'll work on it. We'll workshop it. I'm there. Half ply is illegal. It has to be. They only have half ply in the Dream Hell skin. You know, a Valorant streamer complaining about 1-ply tissues at the airport toilets in US. Yeah, it feels like I encounter it most when I'm traveling, which is, we're not gonna get too into things, okay? But like, you know, sometimes you're traveling and you've eaten some interesting things and like your digestion's just a little not what it should be. And so like sometimes you need a hero. I need a hero in the form of some toilet paper that's gonna do something for you. And to give you 1 ply in that situation just feels like a challenge mode that nobody asked for, okay? You were on vacation recently and the toilet paper, the accommodation was see-through. And it's not just the see-throughness, I feel like there's like a aggressiveness to it. Like it's gonna, you know, we'll go back to the nose analogy, okay? But like if you're using it to wipe your face, feels like it's gonna take all your face off. And like how can you be so thin and useless and also so painful? Gas stations, airports, restaurants, basically places where they are legally obligated to have a bathroom. Dorms too, I feel like. I think we supplied in college, I think we bought our own 2-ply toilet paper because we were nobody wanted to deal with the 1-ply in a dorm. Sorry, out of TPU's hand, also our soap sucks. Yeah, like, oh man. How do we raise the level of public restroom helpfulness? Is that something I should campaign on? Skirts 2025? Professional hole finder who will also tend to your hole? Nope. Nope. Went through like a third of the roll of paper with 1 poop. I saw we. Normalize bidets, yeah. I feel like they're becoming, like, I feel like Americans are maybe coming around to the idea. At least the ones who like go to Japan and try one out for themselves. But until we get straight men in America to stop fearing that if they clean their asses, they'll be gay, I don't see bidets becoming a standard feature in homes. That would have to be my business card. No! I was very grateful the hotel in Spain had a bidet when I caught noro or food poisoning or whatever. Yeah! When I worked in an office, I allegedly heard I stole the toilet paper. Good job, Eden. That's a new bar? Excuse me, what? Oh, yeah, okay. So, this is not exclusive to cishet men in America. I do believe it might also be a problem in England because I hear a lot of stories about this on that podcast that I like so much called Shagged, Married, Annoyed. It's a married couple and they let people write in with their stories of like people that they've dated and stuff like that. And it's a lot of women. Oh, well, maybe they're dating American men, all right? And not all men, not all English men, not all American men, and not all cishet men, okay? But enough of them have come to the conclusion that cleaning their assholes, even in the shower, might make them gay. So they just don't. And I need you to know that, like, there are reports of people leaving skid marks on pillows, people leaving skid marks on their wife's wedding dress when they go to sit on their wife's lap at their own wedding, people leaving skid marks in kilts at their own weddings. Okay? Because they won't wipe their asses. And this is where we're at, and this is why this is why I came up with a hashtag that my therapist now uses with me, cishet sad, because being a cishet lady then means that this is also on the list of things you have to worry about. So here's the questions now. Do you eat napkins? Do you know how to clean your ass, and are you capable of doing it, and are you aware that it doesn't make you gay? And also, do you have a secure attachment style? Are you in therapy? It's a lot. The bar is so broken. Please help. Please help. Please help. This is how you know that sexuality is not a choice, though. Because if I had a choice, I would be attracted to women who, for the most part, do seem to know how to clean their asses, okay? If I had a choice, I would not be going for the straight men. But I don't. It's how I was born. So anyway, please clean your butts. You sure that's because of the cleaning? Most men have problems with hemorrhoids. These are live stories from living women who have had conversations with living men, asking them why they have so much poop going on when they shouldn't. And yes, it is not a hemorrhoid problem for most of them. It is a I don't want to put my hand anywhere near my ass, because if I get anything near my asshole, I might get addicted to it and become gay. So it's the homophobia and the hemorrhoids, okay? I don't know how else to say it, but we need to clean our butts, folks. Okay? Also, if you're a straight man, a cishet man, okay, if you're a cishet man and you know how to clean your own ass and you're listening to this, like, that's insane. Yeah, have conversations with your man friends, okay? Don't make women do it. Spread the gospel. Spread the good news. Cleaning your butt can be great, okay? And buy your homies a bidet for Christmas this year. I wouldn't say hemorrhoids are men exclusive, it's more of a fiber thing. Ola would know. Ola, tell us what to eat. Just kidding. I've been eating my fiber, thank you very much. If you have hemorrhoids, it's even more important to clean your ass. Good point. As a bi man, ladies tend to be a lot easier than guys. Yeah. Yeah. We're working on it, okay? One man at a time. Please clean your butts. Wonderful. Love that as a clip. Good. Good. I remember hearing a joke that men don't get prostate exams because they might enjoy it, but now I think it might not have been a joke. I worry with you always. You'll out yourself. When you were a kid, I thought the same thing till my mother caressed me the way you would caress a wasp. I thought every man does the towel between the butt cheek dance. Yeah, I mean, like, there are actual videos. If you're on, like, Instagram or TikTok, I've seen these where, like, a man is, like, having to give instructions of, like, use it like a credit card and get on in there, folks. It's not going to make you gay. Which, like, I regret saying all of that on stream. But, like, this is a thing that other people are having to demonstrate from men to other men of, like, please clean your butts. So the ladies out there don't have to tell you to clean your butts. Also, please don't eat napkins. So the ladies out there don't have to tell you not to eat napkins. Can we just sort out some shit? Target rich environment for clips today. Yeah, we've done no gameplay. Sorry if you came here to watch Nine Souls. Gonna have to put yet another disclaimer on this VOD that no Nine Souls was played, but we did talk about cleaning your butts. Hi, Z! Clean your ass. It is good advice. Yeah, we're just, we're passing that message along to anybody who might need it, specifically cishet men in countries where homophobia is so strong that they're afraid to clean their own ass. Educational tag. True. Swollen veins from straining thine butt. Ola would know. Ola has a cloaca tag, actually. Straight dudes can be weird about that. Yeah, so we're just, we're having a little educational moment. I was explaining how I dated a guy who ate napkins, and then how I'm afraid to date other men. And one of the reasons I'm afraid to date other men is that not only do I have to ask, what do you think about napkins, but I also have to think about, like, what do you think about cleaning your ass? It's a lot of questions to have to ask somebody who's a grown-ass adult. Things that should have been taught in schools and at homes, yeah. I actually came here to do quite the opposite, to not watch Nine Souls. Let's go! Then boy do I have the stream for you. You keep getting tagged in that drink cloaca thing. Oh, I was the first. Okay, phew. I was literally about to ask. Cause like I was on it. The second I saw that, I was like, Ola needs to know. So I'm glad. Everybody else can just be a copycat. I was trying to find a portmanteau with copycat and cloaca, and I just can't quite get there. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. He ate napkins, yes, and then later his own beard hairs. So that's the short version of that story, since everybody else has recently had to listen to it today, and I don't want to scar everybody too deeply. Although I could... What I should do is every time I tell that story, I should have a link to my therapist so that if you need therapy after being in my stream, you can go straight there. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. As a kid, you were a napkin eater? I was a weird, anxious kid that chewed on everything. So, like, that, I so understand kids chewing on shit, right? And that's what I mean by, like, I wish his parents would have stopped this at, like, age 5, 7, 10. Because, like, kids just do chew on shit, right? Like, when they're nervous about whatever. Like, you're fine. You're good. That's a normal coping mechanism when you don't know what coping mechanisms could be. Once you get to adulthood, you get to find other coping mechanisms, like buying $400 fountain pens, or sweatshirts that say "Smash the Patriarchy" on them. Okay, that's just how we do. Yeah, your parents stepped in, exactly. Your parents stepped in, so that a future partner or friend didn't have to watch that at a restaurant when you were an adult and be like. And have an existential crisis about it. Do you think he eats his own pubes, though? Ola asking the important questions. It's possible. We're gonna be so for real. It's possible. I'm gonna go die a little bit. Okay, I have died a little bit. We're good. I've had to separate myself from a couple of friend groups because I realized they're kind of gross about this stuff. Gross as in how we're being gross right now? If so, I'm so sorry. We're gross. I didn't ask the question. Oh, don't eat that napkin. 1-2 punch combo. Yeah. Should get a referral payment for my therapist. I know. She does do remote therapy. Like I don't know how many countries she's allowed to do that in, but she can at least do that in the United States. Don't know if she has any openings, but she's really good. Oh, like one of them just gross about the hygiene. Got it. We're being gross about talking about other people's lack of hygiene, but that's so different than being gross about hygiene, obviously. We're the superior grossos. Remote group therapy Twitch stream? Honestly. I do usually try to bring back anything good that I learned from therapy so that we can have like a free Skirts' therapist is everybody's therapist situation. I thought it was gay. Yeah, even if it were, wouldn't that be an interesting way to find out? Oh, I learned I was gay because I took a shower, and you're like, okay, well, what a fun origin story. I will say, Ola, I don't love the use of the word nuggets in context with this conversation. Same! Oh my gosh, I have a... Yes. Same. if you just walked into Hi Quaint? It's been a stream and a half. I'm actually really glad that everybody's been here for this today. But occasionally we do make an attempt at this boss. We need like a little pinned message with a recap of like, with timestamps maybe. The various horrors you've missed so far. Although again, one of the worst horrors is just the background of this boss fight. And I didn't design it, okay? We are fighting again, yes. Felt maybe inspired that the Clean Butts Club could help me win this fight this time. I do really like the name Skirts Cult, so unfortunately I don't think we're going to give up that name. But if we did, the Clean Butts Club would be a good name. Oh, there are men out there who think it's literally more important to be straight than not to smell like shit. Yeah, oh my gosh, and speaking of, there was another one that I saw where there was a different, very grown, like I would say in his 40s or 50s, okay? Very grown man who was so upset that people were grossed out by skid marks. And he was like, it's hateful that men's underwear is white by default. It should just be brown. Because real men are out there working difficult jobs. And they have gas. And they have sweat. And things are going to just be messy. So stop feeling embarrassed by your skid marks, men. Don't bury that stuff at the bottom of the hamper. You just leave that right out there on the top. Actually, no. Did you know you can have a clean butt and still be a real man? I've heard rumors on the streets that you can do these things. People wear thongs and go shitless constantly. It's possible. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like you maybe need to consult a doctor if you are incapable of keeping things clean. Sweat marks and skid marks are very different. Totally agree. Totally agree. Do not need attention drawing to that background. It is pulsing. Okay, so here's my theory is that it's the back of her head, because we are in this person's brain in her dreams, and that's the back of her head, and that's her brain pulsing. However, it is drawn in such a way that it is making this particular conversation 60 times worse than it was without that in the background. The power of clean butts. You shall beat this boss. I hope so. Not to enable that behavior, but buying not white underwear is extremely... Yes! But like he was basically saying that like women are being hateful, because again this is a straight man, and like any woman that he's dated has been hateful by being grossed out by seeing shit in his pants. And like I just want to go ahead and rebuttal. Okay, here's my rebuttal. Actually, I'm going to continue claiming my right to be grossed out by you leaving shit in your pants. Okay? That's a boundary I'm setting for me. I actually do get to be grossed out by gross things. They're being hateful, they just don't want to wash underwear. Yeah, that's not even like he's doing his own laundry, right? Like if you were doing your own laundry, she'd never see it. Hey, did you know you are causing all of your problems and all of her problems? Maybe don't. This is why, speaking of therapy, this is why I've had a new policy that I put in place in 2025. That if you as a person cause me to need to use up any of my precious therapy time to discuss you or something you've done, You have to pay for that therapy session. Okay? You owe me $75. Because I can't anymore. You eat weird napkins at me? That's $75. You eat your beard at me? That's $75. Like, just... You leave shit in a hamper that I have to deal with? That's $150. That's 2 sessions worth of shit that you've just caused for me. Oh. The butthole expert opinion was different. That's true. Aways did tell us that that might be an anal fissure in the background. Anyway, it's deeply upsetting. Do you know Napkin Eater's address for billing purposes? That's what Venmo was made for, right? That's what Venmo was made for. I don't think I have Napkin Eater's contact information. But you're right, I should. I should bill him for this next therapy session. Actually, I should just make him give out a bunch of fucking gift subs, right? I'd take that as well. Because y'all need therapy now too. You can't afford fucking subs to anybody. We all get free therapy. You get a therapy. I get a therapy. He's beyond therapy. 10 T3s. Let's go. Therapy vlog? Hell yeah. Actually, that's one of the things I do want to get back into vlogging. It's one of the reasons I bought the pink camera. Which I guess is basically... We're not far off from that with standing around not doing the boss fight, huh? This is basically a vlog with a video game in the background. I messed up. I unmessed up. Let's go. Therapy might not fix him, but it sure as hell wouldn't hurt. Yeah. I talked with actually... After I broke up with him, I was working in a place where I was around a lot of... baby therapists, basically. Like, they were doing their interim studies. And I presented the information of, like, what had gone on there, including the napkin eating. And they were pretty sure that he has, borderline personality disorder, which is a rather serious mental situation. I'm just very glad that I don't have to be part of his healing journey, you know? I don't have that in me. He should have been paying for mine, though. In a fair world. The gaping in the background, though, is literally so distracting. Could we not? Okay, almost at the halfway point. Fuck. So sad. So sad. Change the stream theme to just chatting. I honestly should probably do that every week. On every stream. It's a just chatting stream that happens to have a video game somewhere near it. Feel better about yourself knowing these people exist? That is true. And we had this conversation recently in this chat because everybody was having a down day. Monday, I think it was. No to the ad break. To everybody who's still around. You're great and you're valued and you're so worthy, and congrats on knowing how to wash your butt. And yeah, somebody else said this reminded them of the Mantis Swords fight too. I agree with that. Something being birthed back there. Wouldn't that be neat? It's the birth of our new stream era where we actually beat the boss. It is closed in the beginning. It's closed in the beginning of the in the first phase. They could have made any amount of effort to make it not look like a butthole, but they chose not to. I agree. Recall this being one of the 3 relatively major difficulty spikes in the game, so stick with it. Okay. Yeah, like I feel like the first phase is so easy, and that was kind of the case with the claw boss as well for me, that like phase 1 I could get really well, and then the second phase was just kind of like a patience test, and I don't have any patience. You don't need napkins, yes. Good. It's true that I have never known another napkin eater. At least not anybody who confessed to it. Okay. Nice. That was helpful. Okay, getting good. Man, staggering her is so helpful. If I could just do that. Okay, we're past the halfway point. Let's go. Aww. So I'm out of fuels, that sucks. So close! So close! If you do multiple napkin eaters, it would be suspicious, you know? Sometimes you'll need to look at the bottom of your own shoe. That's the kind of thing I would definitely gaslight myself over for sure. I'd be like, I know 2 people who eat napkins. It must be me somehow. No. That attack where she strikes twice is so fast. It really is. I feel like I luck out if I actually manage to perfectly get both of those. You tried this fight the other day to get back into this game, that attack you were struggling with. Yeah, it's that one, and like, I've said this a few times, that like, she does that like downward move in the second phase, and I'm sure I could jump and block that, because it's one of those like green-red attacks. I think I could do that. Maybe I have to do the... Maybe it's the one where I have to do the like held parry for, but that's so fast. Anyway, I don't know how to break that one. And so I just keep dodging it instead. And so I miss some chances to stagger her. I'm enabling the napkin eaters, providing napkins for them and supporting them in their napkin eating ways. Don't you fucking dare. Thread? No. You owe me $75. Just kidding. No gaslighting the napkin eat. I was gonna say ET. The napkin eater victim? I don't know how to describe myself. Drew! Miss Jiggle Physics is kicking my ass in phase 2. We just got her to pass the halfway point on her health for phase 2. So like I have hope. I just don't know if we'll get it today, which is fine. It is the first fight that I'm like actually having fun with though. She's a toughie. Yeah, phase 1 is just like almost annoyingly easy. It's deceptively easy for sure. And then in phase 2, she's like, haha, you can't hit me ever. And you're like, okay, neat. Neat. You want victim blame the person with napkin eating trauma? Thank you. That was one of the things when I was reading this book about attachment styles, is that the attachment style I have is the furthest away from being secure. My attachment with myself is quite secure, but my attachment to other people would be pretty bad. And they do say that it's like usually a trauma response to have this attachment style. And my therapist and I were joking in a very dark humor way that I was like, I don't know which trauma to even start with there. But napkin eating might be up there. For sure. Rough first phase. We got it though. It is funny, like, okay, it's not funny, but it's odd. I did meet up with him one more time after the beard eating incident. And he was dating somebody else at that point, and they kept breaking up and getting back together. And he asked me, like, point blank what I thought had gone wrong with the relationship. And, like, I was pretty honest. I was like, you were a bad boyfriend, and also you ate napkins. And he dead ass was like, I don't think that's true. And I was like, why did you ask? Why did I answer? So at least I got to say something eventually. But holy. Man does owe me for multiple therapy sessions. Missed. Cute. Nice. That was good. Mina, hi, friends. Oh my gosh, Mina, my fox planter came today. I wasn't able to open it before stream, but it's here. I will send you a picture. You hate this guy so much? Yeah, you and me both. You and me both. If I ever get a chance to smack that man in the face, I'll let y'all know. We'll do it live on stream. He wanted you to tell him that he was a wonderful significant other, and when you didn't say that, he decided it was only because you were jealous that he wasn't still with you. Yeah, he wanted me to tell him that it wasn't his fault that this chick kept telling him that he was awful. He wanted me to say, no, you weren't awful. And I was like, but you were, though. It was you. It was you. You're the problem. It's you. Actually. Which is definitely a difficult thing to hear if you're not in a good space for it, but I don't think he'll ever be in a good space for it. What plant will I put in the fox planter? I have some succulents that I've had for almost 10 years now that I just keep like propagating little pieces of them, and so I think I'm gonna take one of the ones that's in too small of a planter right now and upgrade it to the cozy fox planter. And my plan is to bring it down here for like stream days. I won't keep it down here because it's the basement and there's no light, but yeah, I'll do a little progress check every now and then. Etho, are you the one who's really big into like plants and stuff? Somebody in Pup's server always posts really cool pictures of plants. You didn't listen because you wanted to puppy wub you at Tanzer because he made a doofy holding a sign with a heart on it, and while you don't have it, I sent it in spirit. You know what? That's fair. Sato Chatter and Aggie's called Steva Daddy. That's my nickname for my most recent boyfriend. Was nicknamed Stevia Daddy. He was actually very well off and was very generous with his money, but it's funny to then be mean to him now because he was a horrible boyfriend to call him Stevia Daddy. That's his punishment. I can't believe there's a chatter who almost has that nickname. I hope it's not him. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if he's been secretly watching? I have his normal username on Twitch banned so that he can't come in here and hear me talking shit about him. Could you imagine? Oh no. Oh, it's fished? Okay, but you have a nice collection of plants too. Let's go. I knew somebody did. Why is Etha the plant person and I get to be known as a butthole expert? Are you being ungrateful for the role that you've been given? I can't believe. Just kidding. Listen, blame your fellow chatters. They're the ones who introduced you as such. I just want you to know that's how your community views you. And now me too, sorry. But your expertise was actually needed, so thank you for that. Actually, what is the story of always being the butthole expert? Or do I not want to know? You talk about your hobbies a lot because I don't care if other people don't. Let's go. That was one thing that they recommended if you're gonna take a year off from spending and you have a pretty bad spending problem, is to like arm yourself to the teeth with some fun hobbies that you can do. And I hadn't even considered like plant care on the list, but I should put that on there because I do have quite a few. Not quite a few. I have like 10 plants. I don't ever want to become crazy plant lady, but I do enjoy the plants that I have. Awais told a bunch of fun facts about several video game models having fully modeled buttholes. Okay, that does sound like expertise. Awais, I agree. Do I have a gavel? I have remote control. I hereby declare you are a butthole expert. And you earned it. You just have talent and knowledge not in the right places. It sounds like it's all in the right places. Just saying. Came in real handy, came in real clutch today. So we've got a gaper in the background. It is my primary motivation for beating this boss, I would like you to know, because I would like to stop looking at this, and I would like to stop making you look at this. Anders discovered the fully rendered horse butthole. That does check out. In Oblivion. Okay, does anybody... Speaking of Oblivion, I've really been enjoying Pup's playthrough. Is it the kind of game that, like, if you didn't play it as a kid, has anybody played it for the first time as an adult, and is it still fun? Because I would kind of like to play. I guess that a little bit answers my own question, because I do want to play, but... Stashne's playing for the first time and loving it? Okay. Ugh. I missed with my little bomb. Rude. We got one hit, let's go! We got 2 hits, let's go! I can't believe that didn't hit there. Why are you so hard to hit, ma'am? Okay. 3 hits. A 1, 2, 3. Rude. Haven't played it before, but based on listening to what they say in the game, it helps if you played Skyrim. There are some mentions. It sounds like you can just jump straight into it. Okay. I feel like I think Skyrim was one of the games. We made a list recently of cozy games that I could play on like post-therapy days so that I don't have to like be sniffling and also crying about gaping bosses at the same time. Was Skyrim on the list? It was. So I could put that and Oblivion on there. Because I don't think Oblivion made it on here. You played with your friends and brother and it was fun, but alone you got bored. Might be too expansive for your liking though. That's fair. But does the horse wipe? Tyler! Ew. But good question. Oblivion is the older game, so it wouldn't make sense that playing Skyrim first would help you. That's fair. Oh, that is weird. And yeah, like, I at least am aware that, like, Skyrim is a game. I think I've watched my brother play, like, an hour total of it ever in life. Hi, game! There's a Skyrim, but where's the ground inside? Thread, you're playing Oblivion, right? But you played it as a youth? So you have the nostalgia factor? Yeah, so we have, like, Terraria, Slay the Spire, Balatro, Dave the Diver, Subnautica, Mario Odyssey, Skyrim, and now Oblivion, Baldur's Gate 3, Outer Wilds, Shadow of Mordor, Hello Kitty Island Adventure is actually on the list. The funny thing is, we would not have had nearly as unhinged of conversations if I had gone with my gut and played Hello Kitty Island Adventure, so I'm grateful to this game for bringing us butt chats. Yes to both of those. You'll say the remaster fixed a lot of the reasons I couldn't recommend it before. Okay. It has been really fun to watch. I just, like, I keep catching such disjointed pieces of it. Like, I think most of what I've watched is Pup doing the arena stuff. And then like a few quests here and there. That painting quest was so hecking cool. Oh my gosh. I'm glad I got to watch that. Where like you go inside the guy's painting or whatever. I don't want to spoil stuff for people who haven't done it, but it changes the art in the game and it's very cool. Cute game you can recommend is Ratopia. Really cute city builder with little rats and a cute art style. Okay, I'm adding to the list. I got more and more excited as I was reading that. Cute game. I don't think I'll play any of these games like for the entirety of a stream. We'll see how it goes. Cause like I'm not a big enough streamer to get away with being a variety gal just yet. But I think it'd be fun to like start stream sometimes on the days when like I need a little breather between therapy and 9 Souls. Or Dark Souls 1, which is our next game. Be nice to have a little cute something to like shake it off, you know? Quest design is a highlight of Oblivion. Yeah, it looks really cool. Like it's easier to do variety as a small streamer. I feel like it's the one thing they tell you not to do. Like they're like, you definitely need to find a niche, which like our niche has just been Metroidvania games at this point. But it is like, it's not like I have a huge section of people who like only watch because I'm playing a Metroidvania, so I guess that's true. Depends on what your goals are. That's a great question. New niche Hollow Knight lawnmower runs. I still love that grass percent is an actual run that somebody has done. Makes me very happy. Because that was one of the first thoughts I had playing Hollow Knight was like, I would like to cut all of the grass in this game, please. Okay, that was really good. Ow. Okay, good. 3 hits. Only 89 to go. Surely this is the time that I learn patience. Ma'am, stop fucking slapping me. That was my chance to hit her, but I missed it. Okay, better. Ouch. Almost to the halfway point. I have no heals and 1 HP. Good. That's gonna work out really well for me. Remember someone asked Aggie what his advice was for growing as a small streamer, and he literally just said find a niche and never stop. Yeah. And I think that's the advice that I hear from a lot of people who have made it big, was like, you get to be a variety streamer once you have established yourself as like in a niche. And I think that advice is mostly because, like, if you try to be a variety streamer right off the bat, you have to be the interesting part of stream, not the game, right? Like you're not consistently giving people something to come back to for the game to play, like, so like it's all you. So you have to be so freaking interesting. People are willing to watch you no matter what you play, and that like is such a 1 in a million shot in an industry that is already difficult. I'm now just quoting a conversation that I had with Chrono yesterday. But yeah, new niche Hollow Knight lawnmower runs. Yes, the reason variety is bad in the beginning is because you're less likely to have regulars or a community. Not saying you came into the scene pre-community, but there is that too, right? Like I have the huge benefit, blessing, loveliness of knowing a bunch of people on Twitch already. It helps being known and having people willing to support. That's true. That is very true. I will say, as somebody who is, I'm not trying to be down on myself in any way whatsoever. The game is not the most important part of stream for me. It's not like I don't feel great at gaming, and like I like the yapping better. So I don't think anybody actually currently comes here to watch me play video games. So there is that. It's just chatting with extra steps, basically, yeah. So that does help in the idea that like I could probably put anything in the background and do the just chatting part. But I don't know, I haven't actually tried that yet. I've been pretty dedicated to the Metroidvanias. And they're fun for me to learn too, because they're very approachable for baby gamers. Video games, I thought we were staring at a pulsating butthole screensaver. That's gonna be the description in the VOD, thank you. I'll just put in the little like YouTube thing. I hope you like a pulsating butthole screensaver, and also talk about eating napkins, and also talk about toilet paper, and also talk about wiping your butt. Cause that's what you're getting here. That's hope you like it. Cat in the back of the arena does look sus. You know, 100. Again, we've been discussing this for. I've been stuck on this boss for long enough that we're all going to have that image just like burned into our brains for the next week, and I do sincerely apologize for that. It wasn't the intention. I would love to free us from this prison. It's a very sussy prison. Lo-fi pulsing buttholes to study. You know that's a fucking video somewhere on the internet. Oh, I just laughed so hard I made the dog bark. Oh no. That does raise the question. What if I started putting these VODs, just this one with the pulsing butthole, what if I put this on like one of the other websites? We'll just say that. I don't know what I'm allowed to say with Twitch terms of service. What if we put this on a different website for the VOD? Do you think we would get good views? You think this is somebody's cup of tea? Starting to hate the boss music. I agree. It was really fun at the beginning, and I am now tired of her yodeling at me. And I know it's not yodeling, okay? But it's feeling like a mockery. For sure. Y'all got the fucking jokes today. Fuck off. Okay, I missed all of those. Good. Jeez. Okay, I deserve to die there. That was all the bad decisions. Oh boy. Yodeling derogatory? Yeah. Can be the other warning on this. You've seen CSGO frag movies there? I just found out. Was it from? It wasn't a pup stream. It was somebody's stream, I feel like, though. It was talking about how. Maybe it was an Aggie stream? Maybe it was Instagram. Who knows? That, there are some people who like do educational content and they will cross-post it to sites that are normally more geared towards jiggle physics and things. Okay? And then also like a YouTube. I'm really trying not to say. I didn't have a clever pivot there. But yeah, so they will cross-post their educational content in both places and they will get so much more encouraging feedback on the jiggle physics websites from people who are like, oh hey, I came here wanting to have a jiggly time today, but I actually learned something new and I really appreciate that. Orange YouTube. Gee. But yeah, I'll go to JiggleTube instead of Corncob site. Oh damn, you guys are way better than I am at coming up with names for this. Corn sub? Yeah, okay, Midwest is for corn. Okay. Okay, I'm getting it. Yeah. Okay, I do like calling it JiggleTube though, sorry. So they'll post it to JiggleTube instead of YouTube. And we'll get great feedback on it and also make more money from it. So, this is a pro tip to anybody. We've got so many pro tips today. Tip 1, wash your butt. Tip 2, make good money. Some of the best art streams are on those websites. Sure, they might be painting lewd stuff, but the interesting talks are there. Interesting. But I mean, like, the fact that you can also just straight up post, like, intro to JavaScript or whatever, and that, like, somebody's gonna go watch that on JiggleTube, and you get a better percentage of, like, a revenue cut over there, and you don't even have to be doing any jiggling. You can just straight up post educational classes. Tip 3, don't eat napkins. Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot. I just keep thinking that people will know that one, but it turns out they don't. If you eat napkins, you don't have to wipe your butt since the napkins will do that for you coming out. Drew, enjoy your wedding weekend. I hope you have all the good times. If you take any fun pics, if you take any pics, they don't have to be fun. If you take any pics, please post. Please share. But also be safe and have fun. Mina self-report watching streams on those sites. I mean, listen. If they're educational, I'm not judging. If they're not educational, I'm also not judging. Just wipe your fucking butt while you're doing it, okay? Not while you're doing it, but just wipe your, also both things, okay? Be safe, have fun, and make sure your butt's clean. Again, this is why I struggled when my personal trainer turned friend and her boyfriend were like, what do you talk about on stream though? What don't we talk about on stream? Oh, the clips. I'm just gonna have to send these clips to my trainer and be like, this is what you're missing. Also, this is why I can't speak normal English and why I say things like okak and eep and veg when I'm trying to talk to offline people. that should do it for phase 1. Let's go. Veg was hard to break. Yeah. I don't do a lot of pogging, but I do hedgehog progress, which is admittedly worse. And okak is just the one that's like ruining me right now. I can't stop saying okay, okak. Glad your main language isn't English, so I'll never say Twitch emotes in real life. Yeah, so I really did when I was out of this painting thing. With, I told them that I had to leave because I had to eat, and one of the ladies was like, my trainer's best friend was like, I thought you already ate before you got here, and I was like, no, not eat, eep. And she's like, no, I thought you ate, and I was like, And then I realized I'm the one who's speaking broken English, and I was like, no, I'm sorry, I mean that I have to sleep. It just did not connect with me that I was saying a made-up word, because I'm so lost in the sauce. And in fact, when somebody else was asking me about this later, they were like, oh yeah, so did you say that to like an ESL person? And I was like, no, English is their first language. I'm just not speaking English anymore. So I apologize to anybody who speaks English or speaks any other language, that I'm just making up my own verbs over here. See, verbs. I can't stop. Started saying okak around one of your friends as a joke, and he picked it up alarmingly fast. You don't think he's ever even opened Twitch? The brain rot's contagious. You start mixing Twitch emotes into your German? Let's go. People that barely speak English are so confused. Okay, hold on. Speaking of languages, and then we will do this boss fight one more time, at least. Speaking of languages, I thought French had the worst counting system of them all, but I just saw an Instagram reel today, and I need anybody who speaks who speaks Danish to confirm. Okay, so if you speak Danish, I need you to tell me if this is for realsies. But she was asking, this lady in the video was like role-playing different countries from Europe, and was asking them how they there's Mina. I was hoping you're still here. Yeah, okay, so she was asking how you say 93 in different languages, and most languages have something very similar to 90, right, which is like 9 tens and then 3, and some of them do like 10 nines and then 3 or whatever, okay, or 3 and 10 nines or whatever, but it's a pretty similar. And then you get to French, which is French is fucked, okay, we all know this, and they're like, yeah, it's is it 4 20s and 13? Good, French. We all love doing math while we're counting. That's exciting. But then Danish stepped in. While we're all being mad about French, Danish stepped in, and it was like 3 times 3, but like half times 20? Danish, are you okay? Is this true? Because that's so much math. Half 5 in 20th or something like that. For 93. It seems aggressively complicated. That's just for 90. Yeah, do the 93 then. Because that was a specific number that she went with. Not that it's any better for 90. But like, are you okay? This seems... Putting halves. She made it sound like it was 3 times 3 to get you 9, and then half of that to get you 4.5. Then times 20. And 3. Maybe I'm making that up. Whatever it was like... It did make French look a little bit less unhinged, even though French... I see you. Used to be a math tutor in high school, but I don't know what happened. Now I don't even know my age. Say, the part of your brain that knew math has been consumed with Mesmer, and I'm happy for you. being thirsty is way hotter than being... I was gonna say it was way hotter than being a math nerd, but they're both hot. We stand both versions of hot, I guess we'll say that. Both are hot girl shit. The documentary YouTuber called Lemino that has made multiple jokes about how brokenly silly the Danish language is and how it shouldn't exist. It's definitely... I'm intrigued now, and apparently after learning German, so I'm learning French right now. I would like to learn German next. If I can... I might just tag Danish on, just because I'm so impressed with how wild that numbering is. Like, somebody had a grudge when they came up with that, and I appreciate that. It's weird, because you don't actually say the math outright. You say half and 5 and 20th, meaning the first of the 5 and 20th is half, which is how you end up with 90, and then you add 3 at the end. Okay, that's fair. It is still wild to do halvesies. I say that not at all condescendingly or hatefully. I hope you know this. I am simply... Are you crazy or does that actually make sense to me? It's not... I'm not grokking it. Half and 5. 3 comes before 90 in the Danish language. That's fair. Yeah. And there were several languages that did that where they would do like the 3 and then the 90. To be fair, English is a linguistic equivalent of like 17 other languages would scrawl on a napkin during a we're not bringing up napkins, okay? Somebody's gonna eat the fucking napkin, and that's how English happened. Why do math when you can just say the number? I mean, so like we get a little squiggly in English, right? With like 11 and 12. Then we go right back to 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and we're good. And then like from there on up, I feel like it's fine. I feel like 11 and 12 are our little curses. But other than that... Add napkin to block terms. He ate the English language! Oh no! Number lore. I mean, yeah. I do think it's so interesting how different languages approach counting and like doing a little bit of math inside of the actual number itself. I think that's very interesting. It does make me feel dumb when I can't figure it out, but that's a me problem. I'll see if I can find the Instagram post in question and send it to you, Mina, and you can confirm whether it was explained well or not. Yeah, she did. The person who was making the video did say that there was like a shortened version of it, basically. So hopefully she did it justice when she was explaining it. I don't know what her, like, native language is. She just seems to be a person who likes language study and history and stuff. Your Amazon package has been 8 stops away for 45 minutes. Mine's at my house. It's my little fox planter. I'm so heckin' excited about it. 1 HP in a dream again. I love that I never noticed that until it's almost too late. Okay, let's try not dying. this. I do like that this boss arena is just like endless. It's very interesting. You just keep running. It's the first boss arena we've had like that I can remember anyway. Of course, it would be neat if you could run away from the background of the boss arena, but for French, you could use the Swiss way. Oh, that is significantly less haunted, actually. It's the same video I saw, likely Swedish. I'm sorry. Happy I managed to get the last one. I actually switched up which one I got, so I'll have to show you which one I got. I found a rounder round one. Fox Planter unboxing stream? We could. I'm just too lazy to walk up and down stairs. Put peppermint in it? Ooh. I was planning to put a I have a succulent like offshoot that needs an upgrade of a home. But I have a different upgrade that I could put that in, and then I could actually do like an herb thing. That'd be nice. Does that mean I could make my own like peppermint hot chocolate? Ooh, or put like a little bit of mint in a some ice cream or something. I think I'm just hungry, y'all. See if we can get to this first part. Quickly. You eventually move, all you'll plant on the balcony is peppermint to ward off spideys. Good call. I know they don't like strongly scented stuff, so like I've put lemon juice on my door frame before to stop spideys from basically creating a mess in the door frame specifically. I don't mind having spideys outside the house, but please stop crowding me at my front door. I just earned the top clipper badge? I didn't even know that was a badge. Congrats. Is it like a per stream badge? Aw, don't tell me I didn't get that. Okay, good. Come on, ma'am. Halfway-ish. Okay, never mind. Never mind, 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 never mind. I plan on only smoking on the balcony, so it also helps mask that smell. I see, I see, I see. Makes you feel fresh after eating, is good for both sweet and savory applications, makes a great tea, good for drinks. That bitch is even good enough for toothpaste. Is there anything mint can't do? Oh, wipe your butt, probably. But I don't know, I've not tried. Your wife is home, so you're out for today, but before you go... So, whoa! Bye, Thrid! Thanks for hanging out! Make your own weapon. Only you know exactly what is needed in your weapon. I myself fashioned Life Ender from Shellwood at a young age. It has never failed me, nor I it. Solid Zoe quote. Think of the tingles. You bet it can, though. I am not responsible for paying for any doctor visits that are required if you choose to wipe your own ass with mint. When I previously gave you the advice to clean your butts, I was really hoping you could figure out how to do it safely on your own. Man, now I'm gonna get sued because somebody's gonna clean their butt with something weird. Are stinging nettles a thing in North America? They are. I don't know that I've encountered them ever. If you end up getting a cat, mint also wards off cats. They really don't like it. Ward them off from yourself, or from why are we adopting cats and warding them off all in the same, or just keeping them out of certain areas? We have a lot of Europeans here. We are mostly covered. Yeah, true. Honestly, what is that like? What is that like? Must be nice. I hope you're all doing great. You just came back to this? I know, Sam, Sally. I need an explicit tag on today's stream. Explicitly uncomfortable conversations. For some reason I thought about wiping butt with nettles when you mentioned wiping butt with mint. Oh, okay. No, actually, you're not far off from where my brain went, which was, what if we wiped our butts with, like, poison ivy or something, which is, then I'm thinking, that's what's gonna happen. That's why the straight men are afraid of wiping their butts. Keeping them off the edge of the balcony. Oh, a balcony. Okay, that makes way more sense. I was saying sense and read stress at the same time. Good. Say acting like she isn't unhinged. True. Say get your little cute butt in here and be unhinged with us. The Ukrainian lady gave you nettle tea, and I swear she was trying to murder me. That sounds like it would have like a whiskey effect, like a scotch effect going down your throat, or just be like all the way down. Don't clip that. To be fair, there's a few people I believe should wipe their butts with nettles to humble them. Oh, okay. You know what? That is a good, that's a good sentence. If you commit a crime, you may either spend 20 years in jail or you may wipe your butt with nettles. Your choice. Oh. This is permanent, y'all. This goes on the internet for the rest of time. I think poison ivy is much worse than nettles, probably. Nettle tea is nice, though? Is it really? Nettle soup is nice? Learned to make that in 4th grade? What the heck? I think boiling it deactivates the itchy part of nettles. Interesting. Why is this reminding me of our other conversation about foxes peeing on hedgehogs to get them to uncurl? Don't make hedgehog soup, okay? Or tea. You don't think this package is going to get here before you have to leave for class? No! Is it something you have to sign for, or did you just want it? You have such a horror story from this guy you dated, but he had never ever washed his butt. He called you weird for cleaning yourself. Turns out he also didn't clean his thing. See? It's real! Say! We were having a whole conversation about this being my new fear. If I ever lift my man ban, is that not only do I have to ask them about their napkin eating habits, but I also have to ask them about their butt washing habits, and apparently their ding-dong washing habits. Being straight though. Being attracted to straight men, we'll say that, is a fucking curse. Get me out of this nightmare. It's happening in America. I never heard that here. I hope that's true. I hope it's just localized to America, and maybe also, again, the podcast that I listen to has a lot of stories from, like, England and Scotland. I don't know how widespread it is, okay? Maybe it was just, like, 2 guys in England and 1 guy in Scotland, and then the rest of them are all just Americans, or maybe American transplants. I don't know what's going on. It does seem to be an epidemic in America based on the Instagram stories that I come across, though. So I need to move, is I guess what we're getting to. Because now I'm realizing, now I've got a glimmer of hope. If I left America, would this not be a problem? Because, like, I'm not tied to living here currently. For any, like, nostalgia reasons. Definitely not for any political reasons. You were a teenager, though, would never entertain a man again. Except if he is Mesmer the Impaler, in which I will literally marry him. Yeah, okay. Good life choices. He once worked back-to-back with a guy who never showered. He was a real stinky, and he always wore the same shirt, never washed. See, like, the worst I've known in real life is a guy who never washed his coffee mug. He said it gave it extra flavor to just never wash the mug that he drank coffee out of. So it was just, like, pitch black all on the inside. And I mean, like, very dark. Okay? This is a 45-year-old man. The good-paying job, wife, kids, and the grossest coffee cup I've ever seen. But as far as I know, he smelled like a man who showered, though. Okay, so, like, he had the personal hygiene down. It's just his coffee hygiene was a fucking nightmare. You've never had to consider skid marks and you live in America Light? True, maybe I just need to escape to Canada. Come to Canada. Can't promise some people don't have the same problem, but it's Canada. How do I get across the border? Like, take me, okay? I bring so many great hedgehog pictures to share with Canada, okay? I'm for sale. Take me, please. Help. One person working at your work has a mug like that. Yeah, it's I don't get it, but since he was clean otherwise, I guess I'll let it be. Underarm deodorant is y'all's issues. People use that in place of a shower. I feel like that's a real problem for, like, ages 11 to 17, but I do feel like most people grow out of that and actually shower. It's just that they don't shower their butts if they're cishet men. So I don't know where that comes in. Playing football in high school, there's a surprising amount of people that never wash their practice gear. That could not have smelled good. I think self-care is seen as not masculine to certain kinds of dudes. Being clean equals feminine. Yeah, it's also what I've heard, like, from the stories of ladies who have dated these guys, is that they feel like any contact with their own asshole will cause them to be gay. And so there's, like, a giant fear around that, so. The one pot for boiling stuff is quite normal. That's how people used to make stew, one pot running for a month. I could see that. I don't like my coffee needing extra flavor, though. You say that people grow out of it, skirts, but I've been in an engineering classroom. Okay, no, you're not wrong about that. Okay, so I did go to a school, OCAC. The college I went to had a very large percentage of engineering majors, and I will say none of them showered, okay? But I do feel like they got out of that as soon as they got out of college. I think they did eventually learn to shower. But wow, nerd boys in college. PSA. Don't just wash your butt. Wash all of you. Regularly. Especially if you're going with a long hair look. Like, damn, that hair does actually need to be washed. It's Christmas. There's a lot of mothering going on today. Perpetual stew is a thing, but that's very different. Yeah. Should understand how people live comfortably with literal shit in their ass. I agree. Oh my gosh, that was the worst story. That was the worst story I've heard from this podcast, I think, as a guy who went to in the UK, okay, because he went to the NHS. What is the fucking name of the thing? Went to go see a nurse lady about something to do with his man parts, and she said, okay, well, you know, drop trow, and he does, and a whole turd fell out. This is the story submitted by the nurse lady. A whole turd fell out of this man's pants and fell to the ground, and he said, oh, I've been looking for that. I was wondering where that went, is actually the exact phrase. I was wondering where that went. Sir, how do you lose that? How are you walking around? What? Hey, what do you know? It's 5:30 and it's time to end the stream. So we don't have to talk about this anymore. Oh. Chat. Find a man in your life and tell him to just do better. I don't care. I don't care. Just find any man and tell him to fucking do better, okay? We've got whole ass nurses out here having to deal with men. By the way, he then wanted to throw that. He looked at her as if it were her job to pick that up. And she said, I'm not touching that. And so he picked it up and went to go just put it in her trash can at her desk. Which is not a place for the poop that just fell out of your pants, okay? So then she had to tell him, no, you need to take that to the bathroom. And he did. He took it to the bathroom angrily and then just left and never actually got anything to do with his appointment completed. So anyway, if you like more stories like this, you should listen to the Shagged, Married, Annoyed podcast. There are people writing in shit like this all the time. It's horrific. The dog is annoyed. Chat is annoyed. Good times. This was lovely. Thank you so much for all of us needing therapy. Oh, the dog really is. We are not using the poop emoji with the raid message. I'll be $75, please, Kurtz. No, it's true. I owe all of you. I owe all of you a therapy. I'm sorry. Alright, do we want to watch Hollow Knight? Or Blueprints? Or DS3? You don't have emotes, so shit emote it is. Oh, wonderful. Oh, that's where that wins. Oh, don't want spoilers. Okay, we can do Hollow Knight. Deathless is probably doing something really fun. We haven't rated Deathless in a while either. We'll see how far in the stream he is. Deathless, if you don't know, is a like challenge runner for Hollow Knight stuff. Yes! Okay, so he's doing his hitless grub, all grubs grub percent. It's all grubs hitless run. With a PB of 4. This is gonna be great. I love this run. There are so many grubs on the screen right now. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm excited. We got something to go watch. Before we start the raid, can she type? She can type. If you're not in the Discord, come hang out in the Discord with us. It's a lot of fun. We do not normally talk about poop or butts as much as we have on this stream. Okay? But we could if you want to, but we don't. Okay? Yeah, come hang out in the Discord. It's cute. Also, if you're not following the YouTube channels, it'd be super great if you don't mind following for free. Just the free sub follow thing, so that someday I have enough followers to make money off those channels. That'd be super cool. It's a poop themed Discord. Might be now. Anyway, yeah, come hang out with us. It's a lot of fun, and let's start a raid. Yeah, Deathless. Can she spell that correctly? She can. Let's go. Courtesy napkins. Let's go. We do also need a raid message though, huh? I forgot that on Monday. Ooh, we're gonna be little riots. That's cute. You may also use the poop one if you would prefer. I will enable this behavior because I deserve it. We talked about so much fucking poop today. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Thank you for hanging out though. This was so much fun in the most chaotic and beautiful way. Thank you for your eternal support. In spite of the fact that I made you look at a gaping hole for so much of stream, and then when we weren't looking at gaping holes, we were talking about them. It was a time, okay? It was a beautiful time. We'll never forget it. Your checks are in the mail for your therapy. And I love you dearly. I'll be back on Saturday and Sunday this weekend to do more 9 Soul stuff. Okay. Good times. Thank you for stream. I love you dearly. Bye.